Ale fonsaje de. Ale fonsaje. Ale fonsaje. Ale fonsaje. Muna dabo sanka baluo. Ale fonsaje. Mbe useni dabo julalema. Ale fonsaje. Juloka man la maje. Ale fonsaje. Ni aja man la maje. Ale fonsaje. Suluo simbene da. Ale fonsaje. Useni masata. Ale alale amansa andi ale ponsai mbaro da bodima ale ponsai mbaro da bodima ale ponsai enu mukunda da bodima ale ponsai alale bate jola ale ponsai mansole bate jola ale ponsai aye Gambia bondi bata kono ale ponsai maje molu bele sewota ala be nyinkelaye ale bonsai manso be nyinkelaye ale bonsai usen bodanyani dobo ale bonsai dobo gae usen ale bonsai anata kombo tumami ale bonsai londo nata kulli ale bonsai okaelo adabo ale bonsai ayadogu oge Gambia Kai Mandela ale fonsa mayinduru kema ale fonsa ala fosalida bokema ale fonsa adale bate jola ale fonsa jilasi sedima ale fonsa ganja mane dimma ale fonsa sali suare dimma dem ale fonsa jari jalo dimma ale fonsa jari ma ale bonsai tida si sedi malem ale bonsai munani tata malitu ale bonsai munante ni kumbole mude ale bonsai juguna ale fonsaje de ale fonsaje ale fonsaje ale Muna dabo sanka baluo ale ponsai mbe useni dabo julalema.
Yo, assalamu alaikum bari ngolum bal kontono yirpe lang banta babi tenel lumbao July karo till morning killing the 21st of July 20 bari ngana date jibe ko tenge fongo so right. I think the date should be okay. On the three networks, Monday the 21st of July 2025. But log on can right now on the three Facebook, YouTube, and obviously TikTok. Balkonton bake kana kacha kaliya jang me alonko me denta kachala ning Fatien Sabali be program at the beginning. Fatien Sabali na colleague member Helsinki Finland aminala janne puruka tenturo di molla melialon ko wolle makoy wolle lota fe bring mbemba ketan farato aliaji ko his excellence ala jonu da bota daji fay title di Fatien Sabali ambassador guy yeah compin at large international so title di ala so mbal konton roto jam fala baw so kuta Helsinki right now Fatien Sabali wala so kuta jel so it's very late there so be watin din dilala na meta tena kacha minkela obviously be donna gala for the protest totally gala nyanta protest kala Gambia on Wednesday earlier on the platform dole from the Gomsa Bopala platform to for aliamo in dole ni ke dole council ta nyoka nje because sometimes these people they are so annoying. Some people may have watched that because Ntebe Nazale, I was watching TikTok so Gomsa Bopala program be gala promote kan Hadija to Kintebe. So ngomvana la mo so I invite Ntaraje so ndiam da Hadija to Kinte nyini kan corruption wala but nyindol bi je katara kamfare ne ni UDP ko je rek it's just they see UDP you know after no come out twist and they do mo ko na photo so I really lost my cool there on that platform because I was really sometimes these people are so annoying. They can't stand anything to do with United Democratic Party. Kamala United Democratic Party definitely have darasi deka bobu non. Sundega darasi UDP like they just want to come and have a go one guy called Sam Sar. I don't know who that person is. And I was like, but I'm here to talk about the protest, and also I'm here for Sabali Vinala Jane. Boka New Ireland, Beautiful and Bantaba, see Current Affairs Show program. We are the only platform that broadcasts simultaneously on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And here we are on the street networks talking. So thank you to our fans that are watching us on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. So we'll be here to discuss. Faten Sabali dina ñëw fii pour gërëm ñoo xam ne ñoo ko jàppale kafuwam bi nekk Farato dina call fii, and it's actually 11 past 11 right now in Finland. It's very late there, so she will join us any minute now. I tend to then we'll talk about the gala protest and other issues before we wrap up the show tonight, and the lines will be open for people to have their say. So thank you for watching. I'll join the Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Remember the TikTok auto. Please tap the screen and share the live and write good live. And if you are generous enough to give us gifts, that's welcome. But it's not a must. It's not a must that you have to give us gifts. It's purely your choice. If you don't want to give us gifts, no problem. But what we are asking is at least tap the screen and put good live. At least that will give good image of YouTube Online Bantaba as the platform. Good afternoon, Dembo Ture. You are watching from Bundunga Kunda, Bundumbo Hole. Thank you very much. Thank you to those that are watching us on big screens on YouTube right now. Mojamaka Bantaba developed big screens to YouTube, and they put it on their television screens and watch us, and that is good. So Allah barakabaka. Melbe Facebook. Let me put my ugly face so that you can see it on. Let me flip the camera so that you can see my ugly face. Okay, thank you. Allah barakabaka, thank you so much. Melvin Jibekam right now. So in the meantime, Jenny Farsen Sabali Binarek, Gambians against looted assets of dictator Jammeh. Ninkafo formed immediately in the aftermath of Republic Tenkerengo Menke ko Yaya Jammeh asset chul wafita nyame about maybe more than a month and a half. The Republic made a very good, just like Maligan. These are good investigative journalists. They are doing great work for our country, just like Watch on Gambia. Corruption funding. So bringing funding all together, it goes kana balambaya peaceful protest. Police only permit to deal. That's good. And the Gambian called command. This is a perfect opportunity. Gambia funding all Eliota between 11 and 1:30. Iceman Johnson Sadlerwood. The permit is granted by the police. Gambia funding we expect to see thousands and thousands and thousands of Gambians. Ale fundi. Neatara alga melfo. Gambia be kolearene. Gambia be kolearene. Femol koleara. Alkanasi alla koral kono. Ali funti. Protest show is good. Aka tandi dunia lalko because Adama Barrow diamta recently ako abe 75% less tola a diamta. And Adama nyim fo dalilo men kama abe jikirina because nyim chow membe oppositional dama tema. Yalo nga fo ale jang SIS, NIA ika platform monitor. They know that there is a lot of brouhaha within the opposition. Adama be jikirina ko abe election o win nale. And Adama be jikirina Farsen sabale fela dun tanan science mbadu ngateta. Farsen bismillah.
Yo Seku.
Inimbara, welcome to Bantaba.
Yo nge tentung kay ko abaraka bake kure platform o dinna ana nimba di ngol ye ñoo konton.
Tonya.
Seku bar follow nge mo ni fola barola wino 75% hanna tara mun buru ha hale be opposition lol tema. Tamallawo.
Baroka be wala so dollar Farsen.
Wota kam batani be Gambia kono woto o bata min ka foto o man taraji
Baroko na akoni kadro kontu view ako 75 abolo sotol
kat be ala ne Gambia dingol de wolte carte faylay son tala ko Gambia dingol wolte carte faylay wala tina bala ferol la abe kuolla abe mol soton wala nyaminna
fa sen sabale itene ne ajele ID card iko di bandala bankoka
nene maaje mbaaje late
yo
woli be tamit han wol fango ya fole ka di minila wol fango e man sula wala
ID card fango ni tamita Gambia la boda la nafatala
te sambala
passport le kumayata outside Gambia passport ngol ko le use
ko la fa ne maaje ko Guinea anol ning min tole fango
Nigeria
sai woli ka kono min jo sawo sayo tala
ya ke wala wala tanulu
ke mo fango ye 88% safa 80% to be bon DJ
ha
yo so saying wolle mo ibe wolle tala yeta attestation o dira alkaloliya ko like take so dira ya dira bar yalo baro e kam min je mol kam min yalo han 2021 na min asile koy win tala foka pare
ha
to itol nyanta min lon nan yakunun kilibila te dan kula min keta 2021 wota kala o banko kan ko
Fatsen Gambia no nyanda parelal de nyanda parelal ngallo si wala de
parelale andum be carte dira momo le be parela
ha
campaign ni wasita momo keta patio opposition patio party leader andu molbe carte dile tella wallahi be lola la kay tandi man sakunda la ko mimbe kala nyimban ko ka wole be kala bar carte abe kontila tili woni to nyaale kon andi be dun tawli ya mar la fana momo ni mu dun tawti ko seku ntamaro nan to mol buka puni ko fon hani dun tawo imu dun tawti banko kam mo fo banko kendo e man la fi walla ba kandu hanni mu dun tawti banko kay nyanta la fi la banko kendo le la
ha
bar banko mi yalon ko mo man tanka mo ni man tanka
ajahalo
bita jar hani tan dun tawo kedi barola ni kurante be jar la min ton fani atela banko kay jarate
ha ajahalo wartal
zonte ngami rawol fango be kunin nal hanni e karkedi minila wol fango ba jere ko to be damin to bar min bi jedo na se kunte lafta min na wala minti na programme o min tambita rali min tambita fara to on the 19 ni Saturday min tambita ko min be kata je se ko mo min benta je baro min be kata je mo kilinta nola tonya te mo ka fo ba mati ke bale mo ka fo fa mati bari ha min kata jen sa ke no le barabe dulal de se min to kilin ko be o be kela dulal de kala ko be kata kairo kono abe banta kairo kono mo man bata mo man toraje ko be kata
sonata alhamdulillah
andu nyindula to bi momo e jeje isalo ko hada madingol benta je
mo siata
domoro le domota je mi sigol le kata je mi fengol le kata je moli la nidi akuo ku soto je bi albe sembo be ko hada madingol le bala
mashallah
woto ni nyaman tarajo su kantu mo buka mojo no alela ka mojo
tonya
ni nyabe tentu sule ni mo e ko ke nyantale ya tentu ya jayi joro we alale bu alale saji jono andumbe alada na fanan ayejo
amin ya rabbi
mbe alada na momo e so fenke nyin kuoto ilo to banko le ma di far sen saballa ya di intele jiko kamma
tonya
banko la kuoto
tonya
oto mo lu se kun fanan be kontana le ngalo nyi media kono kanti be en kamo mo nyi media le kono
tonya
no le nyaka se sila hajo le ala mo kantu dirin tane diam la ko wol dol fa be la moy ro le yalon tama
hay malonde ma bari yalon banta bade mo jamale ka ban nyi platform mo jamale ka la moy
bar ko mo dol yen ta kumandi ko wol fa be yo la moy le
ay surprise le
ay tandin na ko nyin ku kono mbe ku kala jeel
mashallah
ko tambita mili be Gambia ngebe kumandi le ka mo to fo mandi ya bar momo sawodi do mbebe kilin to fo la andu nganna ka to kele nga audio didale nga bulandino ba kebe tentu momo lo talo bulamin
mashallah
andu diaspora fana bije be opportunity ta ala kanani platform to kebe tentu ke jayi andu be la fila kebe to fa hanning doli ay tandinna le kanan tofo kay se ku amanke kasiti moyo ku ke yeno kafo mani ala fanga la fitale ngatentu
tonya
ala ko nay ku hanay ku ke la min koleyata inyanta tentu la kan inyanta fala ni alhamdulillah rabbil alamin wa alami ya lonko ntol nga wotentu amana fa fenna kona na fa ni wo la fitanga tentu muna tinante ndamate nyotentu
tenduro be dala mo kendo ka tenduro le
ni moye kuke ka tofo ka tentu amanke fenti amanke fayitanditi amanke koy kamari tandilan kana balan kanyu kam fangol tentu follow fatu sanyan konta Sweden se kumba konton namba na ke konton mba fole ye min dundi nyin koto ala o mari ala e jo
amin ya rabbi
kana ke ni misati ala ma 2026 wallahi kontani rimo tara Gambia ko non be baba dan state house
amin ya rabbi
Kadisa ne Sweden se wala kata ko dum
wo ñun mo fulol même fo kilimo mum bitanneti kilimo mo nasistati
andu se ko ngamo to fo e jang wala ko UDP na ko wulita mo be de kasino mo be ko
wallahi
Kadisa ne mbeten to lebe dawoda Fatu anakebe Fatu dabo jallo Denmark eku ayan kumandi mani boto fula akonyambe wala dilela mol
mashallah
tata male kamana bitikoto
mashallah
ya sambal ya dinna mol
mashallah
masane dabo be England
jadolom masane
masane ya katale
masane bambanda donation wala de
masane ya katale andu hadisane fana England o fana dabo yu ko kono Taro kinte julate be Italy le seku. Ti nyafula ay kodo kinyela murta kote ka ko nyabar nyimman ka anyande mbedo fanan kila le janna lumo.
Ada giso bodal.
Anda janna lumo kote ka ya kila kotenke.
Mashallah.
Nili nka tole dila ya kije andu na fatata wala fanan ka risi totale ya kinyana ya muri ya ki forum ko no mo bebe damin. Andu mbirimbe ngo keta fana yela ni listo nyin tale ya di jalim bayla ay toli be kumandi baw sen nyala andu baw sen kontan talale aduata ako UDP mu nyinete
jali mbaye tol kumandi ralidu
ako jalim baye toli be kumandi la ralidu lale andu ay baw sen kontan wala nyama ko ali nyili mimbe moy nyili be mu UDP di wolle
wallahi
nyili be hajo le soke nyante la nyin ko no dundila dami barbiri ni wato sita yela hajol tujele ya dundi jang bin tolbe janne mambututu wonde jambe kontani ring be bankola ko be jele lambe don lambe ko le kela wala bota sembo bi mbala wobe ko mala wala mu diaspora
wallahi
to Gambia no nyanta diaspora la dia mo moyde Gambia no nyanta diaspora be kumbola na kumbo mo tolbe ka kumbo mfawoy e se ko hani mali boto mu wulitande tin tol sasan no
tonya
na taranna ko do be danna wulitanda mamani boto kilinne la barin tol sasan no tol ka kumbo tolle tol ka batay tolle binta dam fa fanan be nowe
fala mo bare musikendati
Marimane fanan be nowe
de mbitang wala woti marimane
marimane fanan se ko fa kumandile aya bulu fengo futandinna monuma
mashallah
tiri fo jaabi fanan be nowe fanan bulu fengo dum tanyin dulale Muhammad Sanisi Karamo atebe jama
te ko inde contact la te len contact jam
se ko moli ya katante kanyile be fo ya manke ko dindin na kide man do manke ko haji tel hajoli be la ko ko ne sa dundino dula do tole bari bankola ko ya dundi wala to because ya jela ko lumma ko keta o dula to abeke tanyina kama pour Gambia inyato taso wato alama alaye jo
amin ya rabbi
ite seku sedi li fango
hani ndatawo ma imanya na ovo
mba ko lale seku sedi li imanda nyina ka platform odin wallahi seku yetaro ko sala ya dundiji
baraga tolle den dawo
bankole alama alaye jo hanan danta nyindi ya mola seku nyindi ya monte ta kanta je lobi je ni programme ke ni ngota je ka mor ke sole ni ko kamunta be yele lale nyindi ya mo fango manke ta han sana di moli bulita kotake yetaro se ka fana ya dundiji
tonya
Lamin Conte afana be England
Lamin Conte abijan mo kende ba Coventry
Lamin Conte fana
Nottingham
Loya bore tura bar wobe Gambia la wala ko ke fawo e Gambia
loya mba kontrol na brother kende
alaji jabi
jabi fara mo kende ba
ni holiday nga wobe le tabu
te afana barara nyi ko la de
no alaji de nyi ko be tama nyi ko ke ta 2 weeks la kono se ko nyi ma kamo be birim da lumo mutala ko sibiti min kana min bakan lumo min nga ko ka chawo lu nga lumo mutala ko
ako ke ta joni lati joni
ako ke ta joni lati bari birin akata alaji be Gambia mansi amallo atal ni nyili be dunka ngani be finti kanga ni bitadula
UDP drone se nyinkero farse
UDP do ronne sanin ken olum ba useni wala fa ko nyimmin ketaten UDP do ronne sa ko kan to bin tolbe nyimmin na singali fanambe makatile ba kanji barabe banko la motole be ribe
bangola nafulo be wala kasar hako
andum be mo siyata nyonya seku ni ajibe kan dindi me sawo nyinge duma wala fa siyata ke bali
wow
ila be mo ni ajibe ka amira mo siyata nyonya dindi me sa bari ning abeta tanata ko be carte fayla le bul fawante
atoda wala
Gambia je bi seku Gambia ni ko ibe mola wino tala ni mo fintita mo min ka fintiya noma ibe mistake lale Bi Gambia be damin to ibe ay teya nin karero jonkita do rey kanale
Kongole be Bangkok
Bi Gambia kono e meeting o kumandi je Bi Gambia pati hani bi le pati o form ye karero wo jonki ibe hadama dingo min jele no me fa be ja halal awo be ta carte dilela do moro be wole no maji se ku nyo bota je Zakaria sao o be Finland jana mo fa wala ala jonati
Zakaria
wallahi Zakaria bila ma yon kumandi akonya nyum bela be wala munyi ay ninke je alama ala ya jo
amin ya rabbi
Umar Fati fanan be France
Omar Fati
Umar Fati fanan ay bul fen kendele ke je Abu Maro Swiss
Abu
Abu ya katale seku Abu ya katale alama ala ya jo
amin ya rabbi
Basiru Suso England fana ya bulu fewo dum diji
na Angleterre marangol yakatale
Baba Jawla atebe Swiss moli yakatale nganyili min beto fo janse ko nyille nyimbe woke
baraka mo kende ballo mbe jola yalon akko fo ngokere jam fatsen anin fundraising men benta programme de share ba nonte ngala mo jababe je ngani yo soto procadira bare programme le be sharing
ngani yo soto ku keje seku andum nawol fanan be tentulam be jayila anduniya be fanan UDP fanan be nyaminan to hatu programme wala ko so mobe
exactly
ba kala nyindo motole nyindo sita dol fanan ya kewo be ta kelo la so miliya ke nyinto be tentulam be jayila andum do ko tele binanam fanan dol de fanan ba kala wot
dol bije wolu ya kele bari man la fi toli fo
doli bije wol fanan ya kele kantu do bije se ku ko fanan ya kata ba kele baraka
malla fi nga to fo ngo respect
ni to fo man ke kasiti seku wallahi man ken tete kasiti man ke kasiti hada madi wol fanga nyotentu fanga nyola ke bara nyima yitandi
tonya
mo la kata ko mu minti fanga yitandi abete ya kale ni mbara walla buka akatina do kula ka sawarle do kula ini mbara ka sawarindi
la
ila fa ini mbara wata tunna be min kan ya ba wolo la mbara ka sawarle ba je ko ha mbe do ko min na yiyen na do ko jele wala na kan tentu akan jayi
tonya
woto nyeli be la ko do dundi janga nyeli be tofo ne tofo bukara kana ke bala kasite kontano madan dulale lo malo fanan se ngi doron ne no ka
ke faramo mo kendal de fat sen because imange fisiro wallati imange Adama Barot imaje na taja ibe mo
ya ni mo Adama Baroti mbe lola janne nga fo hen na be wodiyata nyimmi aliyaje be ninke ba sabal
isa fo non tele nga nyimbeke
tele nyimbeke bari balantal de fonko ba ko kali modi toli fo ba useni fa nyala aya lonko ka fo ke ba sabal ni fa sen sabal dingol len bari tol da mala kata ko mati na nyinke tad
alama baraka kala je alama kola be kala kayat alama nga nyomen nyin ko wulindi alama ma fala
amina
ke ba vanam ba tentula ba ke because ni aje de fanam be sawarla nyinto ila alajo lo dunyo kundatu so nga de fanam
yes abal wayla ko akon nyela alajo fanan tentu
wolon de ma jende nga tentu yala al kanyinan to la to musol wala nam fananga keba be keba la side le
seku mba fanan tentu la menna alajo fanan tentu la mba jayila kantu akabaro da dia munyo ngaka fam ko akmo ka tsende
ngo ning alajo man son den ni ko be de kala so wala na NPP nga dole ni keba sabale koma nye mo valie
juma
NPP nga dole ni keba koma nye mo valie ako nyako ila keba sabal ni farse ni benyi matimato men bela keba la fita yake ambassador ti Finland ako hani pour ning UDP banse ko nanada pour keba sabal se ke ambassador ti Finland
futa UDP man sakunda na woto ato balo na ko ko UDP dum wolu momo kadi yamu ila fata ni ka palaso binne be odi ya ko bari imamo atenda mantere dole fanan diyam ta womu keren kafo kuntiyo ni hako o fanan bari yalon momi yalon ko ifa moy malle la kumola ika gara wallele ke bari yalo ni la ke la kumole
je afana ndiya mudale
bara tay gara wallele ke
okay
keren ka fo ni durumo mi yalo kay yoronda
farsen wo bula den na buroda lomde
ako funding ke mi yalo ka be sirin Finland ko na la muso imam para sennaje foka tara sirin kabaro kajafi abe man te fenti fayla hasidiya because funding ke nyini ya palaso le nyini baro bulu baro ka ta dilala wala kam faabe wala
je ay wala fo
imala o audio
no mbuga yalon te mbuga ndo ma la moyde te buga la moyde
ako anata afo fana ko ibe Finland man tara sennaje fondro ko afo
la jilla
amantoli to fo de bariyalon adama dimo nama la fanga yalon ko be nyimi fo kan to nyanten aka para wallele ke
wallahi
yalon gara wallela ni diya muta ka fene bari meto bari ta kalon na be
bari ngala to le nyina mi ko tubabu du woni momo be odo wo kanyi mun ko le wa
itoli nyina muta ko tubabu ni mo bar seku ikana je nyimman sakunda fangali ngasilanyi lilade
bar farsen wo kane de jahali ba te keta nyawonya biring police odiate mutajang atol la transo dun tale UDP 400,000 tol ngole resay ndada and wo 400,000 of alalen tol kungo kude na meeting o soto ndero meeting la tole ni mo jamande wol to fala jang mba ko kacha kam fo nyanda 400,000 be la dilal fa nata mbena da kambe ko alga 200,000 ngo mabo pour ni mo le pro nin do le mistake ta ngo 400,000 di nyina fele bi ni mi soyema
hanna tarale 50,000 ne biya
wallahi
ay seku foro ka wasale foro ya mandiyade andi kanaje hadama dingo min buka mo tento ata ala fango tento no
anu nyin koy dam male ko ke wo 400,000 ke bala ko do bije tela ko do bije mo do la ko do bije because won do UDP ngol bele fundraising ke wala jam
kari akaro nene man fa jam tanga fango saw serial ni ala tema joni maro yin seli maro nyol inga fita kala badi bunka ya ko fangolet
wow
bato si kari sabal ke be man mandire anda force ma laban ta ka wol force to kani ka wol ngala ba etri mon ki ka wol force to kani bari bi wala kalo aka kantu bi ga duniya ton kon nano be momo be ala be kilaye iko Finland banko kan kemin nala musobe politiko kono o mo fa sen sabal ni ki
abatol le ndeysan abatol le
we funding kenyin we palaso le nyini baro man song wala hasidiya ba ke
habali nin keba la fi de palaso la ngabe abe joyna num baro yud mume kebale bade saban num jannu atabe joyna baro
no hadama di wodoli bi jesse ko wolum te fenti
imaja laji touré fana ba wala ko Sweden chapter fana ko do diala laji touré ko touré
hadama di wodoli bi je wonte fenti se kunta kamira hanin tolibe holiday la Gambia kono tolibe holiday la Gambia kono program to ninni benta je no sabali ala atijam atekke o fawti yande bar ala baye jam ngabe cede ale kodo aka min bondi dala so ko di ma to ka nyuru ko ala jibo ko ala le wolo
fasen dara yari memba num brimbe campagne lo fon natele mandanu nyomi natele nata fo ha ya ke malo monete ji wolo ye bendundir kala ji intel be sire
ya bale di ala o kulli na kulli ko do ma fana kulli
ha e ko mala kulli do
mala kulli birin tata o fanan ton tolla UDP ka fo min bije ntanga bale di wolo la bayrin na kulli ma fo ba fa wayne barin ko UDP ko batuma ba saya
wallahi nate mo modo data manyana UDP ngol mala de
biringa nata seku woli ma wo ba fa ngoy man na fa ko take UDP ko ya nin julo sika ya dial ka yete asam
wow
ya sika ya dial ka ya asam hani wo silo ntanga ba usenne tola ko to ma dingo ala musu
ngari memba benda ha kulliyo kadaje
akonya ko ninni mu musoti de mbe tole la baraka ta ketin ka adin nan na baba tola ba usen tola wo fana tele ma ba usen ya tele kinan je bar han birna na taje anin bulu fa mo minna ta bira ko sabale ko baba e ba usen fana ye bulu fa wakai hani akai ko abula jentol man yinke wo kamma akaya mute fa mo bulu kan ta tol ka tu program wala kan gunjali wala ka tuwali balale all the time tol ninni benta dawo dan to sabal kan yinna jibo fandile aka fay ko because jalol le ka to minin dinga tol bari momi yalon ka buka hadama di wotento se ko wote
ha bal yala inila keba be jiko kilin because baro yalon baro fana buka motento baro buka ha so wokan mol iko tubabol ka fa men ko batch of the feather flock together to le kanyanta jiko kilin wala
mandi way kana je se ko mo hana ku kilin nekke
wala
ko se dunya wanya
fasen debe wala nyama de ni nya kenya hani sinya kilin nka sila le fam pour ning kumay dunni tema wala ngane to ku ya sama bi kon taka go manki foroyati hani sinya kilin ne ye ku kilin kenye ndeka to denkili lal dro e ko mare
wallahi ati jambar alaba e jantol wo program o buka ken ninni mambe andum bita dawda misabal kata afali molale atata specially akatara koleri ngaka fanya ko nyiwo mbe wodi lando mala because jali sora ngolam
ndeysaan
ala jali sofa ngo buka siyawo ton ko na dum tadu ko no yalla UDP nyo fa sa
mo le ka jali soke mo le ka jali
fanka min biya telata min katarala jibo ko na buka wo
abako ma wallahi
na taro ka nyanta kemele fe bi ni be million so tala dulato alon ko kunu ngado le la kemo do mode
wallahi
ita man nyanna lo la media ko ne koy ka wolle gara walle to mori be ka lon koy ta ka wolle gara
amalo warta bari alkana wori
ko le wala tinnan koy ko ika je seku nyim gambi malo UDP tamalalu diaspora tol min bidi alanga hakilo tude tamti kanyim man sakundaje nyilu nyili pareta mbayri airport o te kata jele kela woli soye
ha ise fero fo ke no jele ye fenkela
momo nyini kan porque it trouble hani Gambia airport o fate sela woli soye le no le droko ke je ko droko le bala woli so ko ibulu mamma ko indi la bari janni be ko ila woto be batali jele fa wala be wolo hanni ka mo Gambia kono ningili ya trapo di de kamma isa trapo di de kamma le ni airport do kula ali ferocity kamma ila woli so Gambia je ye droka ka kono je ita kono woli so ko wolle bi jani fem ko ni na fengolu yana nan tuba duja ye mota karabi ko yina be la woli so
abe c'est possible no
ni mo jaw balle be nyole billahi ali ngakuni ni mo jaw balle be nyole ni se ko mol mi yalon ko jankantu momo bota Europe jang ibota gam bantala banko to jang masimo ila wali so kadu wala kono so fembe o
hako
tay tol kam mune so ke la wali so kono fay ka da yele ke la wali so kati ni wato ngam so jabe kumbola akala wali so yele le ala fenkendo be bondije ni sama ka dia badi wala ay mesi da jawli be sanka sambala sister soriye ya be sunya so mol milika molla wali so yele wol ko ketala ye woli so yele la ka fenke je min se trouble ko
fa sen fanana mokende ba do ndado fala ja wala sila do la ka bonan Gambia ay nyin buju bajol san kongol nim fengo o fo ende dimile because defana benna wala sotolo wotole nu wotumo ya be labaj airport ra fota jam amanje jama bade abe ya be dundi fengo kono airport ra be ngamara for royal air moroka anita travel la wala nu fana ba malo ya be bondi hani feng amana manna Hanifeng.
Hako.
Airport do kula le fango banta wala ba jinka bira fo jinka airport do kula le. Ya fasen ni banko kan banko koropta fo fonyo fo koropta Gambia.
Banko koropta le seko hada mo mbele koropta andi kana je billahi ntaka o fala airport do kula lo. Nyanti hakilo tulal de seko. Moye bonan tubabudu anala baga sola so to nyami tamalo akon kan badi wala walin kan tero wala walin kan sinyo wala walin men ndi la karla ala mobile wala tewo fen ali yabe sika bulo kon al tata o gewo me so sika ya sabela muso e billahi ila muso kundi mi kewale be la muso fala o me so
ba ya lo fashion kukul na kan ta jahale nte mala nyunu tuwawol kam ko consent itebe tala do ko wala yenare yalon ko kat ko ye wandi fengole sunya yena o dila musola ya dunde frijo kono wayna o tabita ni la dimbaye si yo domo nde malo mol ko keno nyame fasen
teta ye mo baylo mi sunya mo do bulu
be
kumbola suo kono yeta ye o dila musola ila muso fana be nganyala wala nke male nyin sanye fenketen hey aliki billahi wallahi seku wala yatina modol be duniya kono idina dimbaya ali tetine do mola Gambia kono
haba yaro fasen Gambia mon problème ni ñinu fanan nata ni kemal wara ila musole ñi mobile itol fanan kafalen ke okay wol tumando wol talo nako ya suñale bari ni kema dalta ka fenke abe do wala airport wato wara be fen kutol sambalena ifanan semira ñin malaka ñi fengo be soto min to
ika hoteli je kanale ka foy ko musudola ka ñi wafu na wobla ka don to la nga tay je le ngami la ñi ika wala foy ko dola ka ñi wafu na ñindu lato waranta ya san nga ñi samo dole ma nko Gambia airport do kula li fata molla fengol la ada madi woni ko ya ko ku fata molla fengol la ndol ni ñi fengol mi ka bo jam bu ka fen suña jang muka fen don to jang nka be sanna kono la hanni ya don to le iba bilo jola fa ya ba
tonya
iba bilo ntole ka bo janne nka na kono ta ka sila fando sanka mobile sanka fe falla ba wala sama do bi je ka wol ta julo la fa wala jam pour yete ba di kontani biya
tonya
ite be o be jola la fa ya ban jola ye futa airport to ila woli so airport do kula liata yela woli so yele tofin diate sekunta famala woli sila dole ntabita samati nyima nga samato limini sampurke samba samato malo fay nyamo tole fo muneketa ye woli so yelele ye sinkili wala parakasi sinkili mo tuta woli so
farjenide wo yalo wote de na fala fena ni sinkili wota na buduwo
samati nyima silba lemde
oh my god ya koronto bondi
ya koronto to bondi len tamalo mineketa faye mole jakana faye bari ye sinkili wala parakasi sinkili mo tuta fenko ko
ndolla nyimbanko ma sibole be ngimba
sila don fanan ka bo jankata jam Finland airport ko yenna woli so yele je bar wo ma power bank le bula woli so kono yalo nyanta bula la hanlo ge jolo kono bar tanga bula na baagi bale kono min kata duma so biri nga dun tama singo kono nga alam ka because kala askeking keda min to yale to bukata rawoto woli so ta mala kata rawoto so biri nga atenketa je do signal o fenketa ye woli so yele bari muro kale kaito sake bay wol baka woli foti nya woli yeler la wala sota ka yelele a soranga be nyami bari kay to sa fele ya lan na woli so kanko ntolle yela woli so yele nga nyide jeje anda ta pleno
ko tuwabo honestale de
ni ko nyako nga bondi jele yentala ka ba fota alale de bayli nga be damin to itina samba no lante andun tata la wondu ikatale ke fay kana balle katarlo ri e akoto to jang ika wosi fal fay wala ko ike fay wala ko warina barina ta inata le yo ta na tara no ko sa wotili fulatili sabo ko no lenta ta nga o nyininka yenyinin nga nyininka je nga fo ya be nyamin na munni munam iba chekla le ni ya je ya dinna yalo lenta ta tara ko 2 months mbe Gambia so sai wala kamin ke no sifal siata je ike samba yin charity support
ge samba
ye samba wol to bitu wol fanan ke second hand wa Africa ko no tay ka moli ma ko ya
nyimbangode
lanyeje ko ni ila police on tolle ya yele ngina taraje bari nga bondi je bari Gambia sila do bi jem futa Gambia wali en sawati sinkil wala para kasikil mirim fama e bago ma do ko no jili en wali so yele
ya ele ka bagasol ka molla bagasol sunya poto it's very sad
en wali so yele kuna do hanan bi je en wali so fanan dum tala faje ngakara en wali so yele dum ta ko nan ko muna na kan wali ko ha itala ila nyim femolu nyim bay kutolu nyim fenkolu ha yalo nyi nyanta joro le kala nyini to because ko ka joro ke nyini to na dum femolu
ha
ko ha bari nyiri mu kutama tin ko bari bay karabal ti nyiri be karatale ko e kon tabata daminto kan buka tarawoto no buka tarawoto den ko ni yadu ani si nyaagelu aka muntale nene madu ko en to ko kan na fenku woto de nin na ta jangé dunne nge isimo be no nge ku jangé pasi jambari je e ka tengo dunna buka no ko kan tije no tije ko ko ali ni beje ngabe dunna to le amira fenku to bar ngabe dunne ka sabana janne lafta milla ngedu malla fi milla ngedi monuda hani butu ton ta jolay e ko ha ngamira no tenke kutole ti bay kutole ngo nyi manke bay kutat sai fa hani bay kutol muna nan ta sambala na taram tambita kilo le la no 23 kilo na tambita wala wato le mba jola bari mon tambi kilo la wai ba ko hani kutamalo fo ni muna nan nyanta jola
wallahi Fatsen abaraka Fatsen alama kola be kala kairati so yemenke keba dinna
se wa ngamolu tentu doron ke jayi
abaraka
amanjara ko tenke ngambula mu wotol noma wolbe fangolon na andong tonya se un tolte jonola
abaraka
be million leke bawo nyem programme to listura sifa fadaje njaran ko liaja be listura be nyame banda
bari yalla me njaali keba nyi listo beto te nga mbitangol to moyje mare chamane nga mbitando moy jana Finland hani gunjuru nga kilim mato moyji
gunjuru sero na gunjuru ko ni tane akele malla bingi to gunjuru ko ni akele de malla bingi to le fo ni mu kombo saud demol ti ton le tarta on the ground ye ko be ke bari se o men na tan to kontan ni be mo fangoto ngani ke only local rally let
okay
party leader fango wole ako nganyami ni jammaje ko baka unkolle nata maje ko banjulun kolle nata maje ko sere kunan kolle nata maje ko brikama kolle nata ko ni locality kono jam isonta ko alla ni mol bota wolto because ngata rally to le me alon ko mfanka momen je ngamelong akasia para to le ni rally akamunta molu fango me alon ko albe molu men kono wolle nata ako nyine ako sai nyanta nyine kelanna system mode
tonya
ninga bremo soto na ke locally ngamul sambana ndamali ya kachanga na politiko fanna nga plano didaku nga kul ka ko ngawo ken na new way ngaka nyinke dron ko ni ko rally moli yebo nan kawuru moli yebo nan
keba wolo nyin doto do nyin local grassroots politics wolo politiko grassroots politics
nta fawo wala de because yalo e kaje ni mitungo da tata fa ko ta mobe faringe den salon ko wol locality ko no mol bota wol to because ibu kata wori rin ko mbita moto talam ni mitungo kata wol rally ketale biringa datita a mobe siari nyama atata le fa banta a mobe siari wole nyama woto ngalu tentu kali gay kamobe karandi ni nako alimbe na rally di kala ben na dangol kala alinga na molu mbe kala locality mento ngam fango meso wala ngaw molu kumande nanje amanjara molu yebo na bla jangol to kana rally baindola molu de la locality da makono pour ngana wet lo locality likono ningaje moma siaje salon ko ni ta do ko la o blato ningaje mo siata je salon ko nga improvement ka wo dole andu salon faram de na ko la la nyame
tonya
Pausen laftala tenne alim fananga keteng andu patio fongo laftala tenne patio momo be jabe la flalde sai alinga local ngani local mitol ke ngam mitol ke melon ko mansula mo kote naje na manke ndolla nyim fara to mitol ke tawle nyama mindu botaje jambur la parla ndu ngake damen abe konotole amanche ko abe fara to temalde brikama forest kanna ma fole ka faje nema a forest la new settlement on leti dame alon ko mol le nata mol be siar nge yalon say kombo fatal ni rumba nyolu be bewol to galamba nyol to kata jambur la nyin satellite village sol ngani ke wala ni molu nata ten we are very, very happy. And Alimbega okay, Nanani settlement or Walling, Abdullah Walling and the meeting with somebody because we'll find UDP Nanaman and Tolajam. Will be done about UDP. Alinga Ubla Sifal Walling, UDP Tantan Tadame. Aman necessary meeting to Kata meeting the Fara to Tema, Warankatake Brikama Tema, Warankatake Sanyan Tema, UDP Tantan Tawol Tole. Alinga Tadulal to Manta Damen Nutonum Kotoke, Watawol to Fanan. Akawol fanangela ko yi fango ko tonya patio yen kala
ba ke ba anim fananying okay ngala na culture romba nyin tantan ko sibal ni nyin fenko wol fananyanta talala le moli doto do ngaw taybo men ke kanyin ambiance se keno bari nyanda talala fa ke ba
I wish that ko jali jama no e karanna jam mutade bring UDP patio lota UDP men ke jaloli yen no jele banke de andungalo ne ko UDP ko dimo be sapta wala la koy kamen ke jaloli bari lafta jaloli ni kale tol fana be mun kala UDP ina ne ke jali jela ko inde fana min be ngoto jang mbe fengo men be so la jang ngabe di patiel mbe ni natantan ko silal won ni nabalo ni nanye ntol fana nga yinkel isi jo ikoy ko andi manja siaba kena moli fundraising getol kambe soto hani men dia fundraising organization buko so
bebere ke ba ngamale nyanda men farangela bawo itolla ado lo woti pour ka kila jalo kol
ado lam nim farante ko jalo ka banko kan
ha bebere ke ba nyanda men kala yeta ifane mul kafu ye mul samanan yela mul samanan ba itulu mo jamale ke long bawo ika nafa soto je ba ke bari français kafu ta yeta doto dole campagne ko patiyo kori
sew nde fanam fe jalol fango nyanta parela le sai e fanan ka bengul organize yena ya kono e kamem fango be sodo lu kono ton fanan ka wala ken kamem be do ku ngata wala kamanan ka be di lan ka fe ko ali nyinta alla foroyaka woto e fanan nyimmi ko ni kan kine sodo fango mento sai fanan ada
keba jani jara jahlo jani barobe ta yalo akamol le fayno kan abiteni jalo anda UDP ni nyimaji alla do man UDP ko la fatal mina la kele nyini ngala wala kala jula yeah ngalon
andunta jalolu kam la bari laftala jalolu fanan sai ye new system o creative fanan ka ke patiye ni be den taw patiye la foy man ke dambe di wolti ba to kat la bon la ka di tolla ala di patiye la ma fali adi tolla jalolu al fanan adi patiye la ndala ko mom won
abaraka ke ba sabale abaraka ba ke thank you so much
abaraka bar seku ndo mai diamo ke jede sai mori be yele mate ko wole diamo non tetin ko yo
o ndo ma diamo da jele ala audio kinyana ala audio bi jele
no ma diam ka jele de wuro re ka kuma
ala audio be wala kinyana nga play bantaba yeah
mi temko mi la speaker ta ko jali mbay ko fa sen sabal no ko da minti be ba ki fa ki jali mbay ka iko mune tele to nya fo
okay abaraka muni ala audio so ya kinya baraka wa ke fa sen sabali thank you okay, body will na colleague na two of our colleagues in Helsinki, Finland, for sense about another $10 jamba from $10. Bemo nyim betata ya ali afo nyami. Comme ke ba bota mem folo teng on na politique taranya nyanta jibela ko ngari examine door to door ni local engagement wole warata dan rally by commande mole bo banko la beto moyesia bawo ani ambience ba fana ni tantan ko si bali ambience a beteatale it's part of our culture but nyanta talala 2021 menyin tantan ko so lela jam menyin dongol la jam npp ngol be la kuriyal ke ba ndaka yamaro la tide 2021 menyin aliari member KMC ngama lundole talib tata bakaw UDP ngol be bentaje so ni npp ngol be dunka be la kuriyal ke ka so nyanta mindful la wala bakele funding ke wolu ali alkana efosco nyin buju bajol ni banko be sora jawol balton tol fo ma nyin tantan ko sibal ni al nga tonya fo Gambia be dame Gambia be kole ale kono Senegal la modole nyin fonye pastef ako britol be ako nye brit Senegal be pastef be kelola yenyen tantandir bal ako in fact itolla agensol fonkata le grassroots ini nye was lal be ka si ike fongol fenke ka kinyo was ke engage through that the voters jamaso ako politiko ma yisire bari tantan ko si bal ninyi ambiance balu ali nga talato 2026 lo yamaro le dila mafo ko na adolu manyane kala bari katara tantan ko sola wurobe kumandila dengobe kala ndolbe be benkan dulato tapale man sakunda be la kol kala kal ya jele la tapale ya dati ID card Gambian ma ID card so bak alnana ya moy banku jumale ka ID card the outside the territory of that country. Oppositional nyanda funtilale ni ID card ko they make big noise about it. But unfortunately Gambia oppositional imantara kambengo mantaraji. Na kibaro soto ko manda into the details ko to mando kachale be datilale pour coalition. Bari manda okela ni alama alaye kairo ke coalition a beteyat bari kana ka fo be UDP nyame na coalition oto ndol fanante andala si lolu de ntemantra diam ko on behalf of UDP because there were coalition diam on tete tablaji I'm just giving my personal opinion bari mbe UDP ngo advice la menna na hakilo to bake menkata 2016 ninko mbe dundi la kotenke nimisos kenaki 2016 can you imagine Gambia 15 registered political party lebe Gambia. 25 party men registered party tani lulu wala be Gambia so far. But party do le bije GMC jumale la executive law. What mang sa galon sa be barole. Nga example le. Iko only 70 delegates samana. Henry Gomez party tabulu maybe atena muso da malong mo jumale executive law. Jumale indiga jomas la patrioti. Anane rally ke mintole. GDPDP bare tolo baro bar go fane 70 delegates samana ali amira wo feata ba UDP na la structure and ninga la elected official ko UDP fane 70 delegates ni UDP sonta wo framework sifala coalition on te gagner anu nintata already with that mind ye nyame ngi gagner tantinala janga fo me noise maker so we got to be careful alinga the framework has to be fair a party big as UDP e ba vola woning malambe party jumale fola iko woliye 70 delegates samana where is the fairness in that bawo Allah fita fairness lela alcohol it has to be fair let's do everything fairly because if I have a bigger structure than you it's just like when you're going to have a merger in a business merger atol me finance karang na fo janne nalbe merger kala business auto jumale ka ke major shareholders ti whoever contributes more. So UDP has numerical strength more. We are more established. So Nico UDP 200 delegates samanang, Nindoye 20 delegates or 50 delegates. That's fair. Yes, that's fair. That is the thing. It has to be based on proportional representation. That's why America electional alkajele itola electoral colleges. Ngabe itol amanke ko UK more majority of seats soto. Wala ka prime minister party me majority seats so jan parliamentary system wala ja America presidential system bari ton America manke popular vote amanka wala ka mo sama White House kodi America ka mo jala popular vote si ba nyindo ya da electoral colleges la wala ka da White House akakela America because America dulame warata wona electoral colleges kasia so this is fairness atol men ka boko ha wo man nyana kala ba munana America takato nya munana America duladol bi they got 20 electoral colleges dole so UDP should have more delegates than anybody. Look, let's be honest here. Let's be honest. So you cannot come out and look, no more after him point daji la indico. That point became daji because they are calling for fairness. Everything has to be fair. We cannot have 70 delegates and some of these parties bring 70 delegates. That's not equity. Ni UDP sonta wala rek. Then we are finished. But when you UDP on the platform, some of this opposition will not like to hear it. Why did not coffee wa? So coalition on Abekela Tonya because right now they have started giving preconditions. Well, we should have a winnable candidate. Why what Bobu nun hamga daji na coffee pare? Because this idea of winnable candidates is utterly nonsensical. I'm sorry, but who is the winnable candidate here? Who is a winnable candidate? Who do you determine somebody is a winnable candidate? Anybody will be winnable if Gambians are ready to vote for that person. It is the voters that decide. Adama Barrow, bring out a coalition account. Was Adama a winnable candidate? yalo de Gambia ndika diamu sifal moy Gambia fon somda wahi dani saret la okay kibaro be boka Gambia mbalo mo kibaro the programme wala kibaro fe la nata I have to check my phone but mbedo na galala kotole nga kibaro fanan so de ko Gambia government e parete le ka Gamtel wafi Sidi Keita aba boyle le kotenge Gamtel be wafi sulo le ka ngali yalo ne ko Gamtel staff o dol bije ye start le ka jo ko offer dealer but Gamtel is on its way iba wafila negotiation ole be ke kan sai ba wafila price menan Adama Barrow is being greedy nzo kibaro fale jam Adama Barrow is demanding for a higher amount ko Gamtel nyata wafila I don't know what interest Barrow ye mune soto in that premium abe mempola ndolka kibaro le diala jam banta ba melen ko there's credible information singa kibaro soto ko Gamtel right now is on the market ibe Gamtel wafila bari iba negotiate kan ne nyanta Gamtel wafila price o menna kuru wo kibaro fototamma e lafita wafila menna Sidi Keita wolu and minister but Adama is demanding a higher amount double malo Adama yemu vested interest of Gamtel la wafiroto but Adama ate Gambia mutele komo abe business all unfortunately Gambia nolu nimma hakilo tu nimma pare Adama yem 419 yam in 2021 abe ofero le kankan ko den istatale ila nyin card e ka ID card ol di mol nyin voter attestation ol e ba commencer la ko tenge nyin supplementary voters registration e ba kelale aliaje jokoli ke IC chairman jokoli me alonko ato dunta nakasudu nonu kol according to the auditors amanke not according to Shehu Sedili okay jokoli is called out by the auditors not Shehu Sedili somebody like that naba nyama National Assembly should raise objection ba yalon Gambia constitution ko Adama Barrow le sembo so ko IC chairman o so me mone no laji na la fita momo IC so now it is up to Ntolo Purunga na vote should defend wala in 2026 din Gambia no kamata cha wala na kan niyoku ya bake aka niyoku ya bake ninga ko doluje oppositional damatema aka niku ya ken na fanga ndefam ko jahal aka jahal sain tolu nyanta tarla munela mbenga nyatri Adama Barrow Adama e sunyaro datile kabirin sain alnane yamoy banku jumale kata ID card issue outside ID card outside Gambia mun na fale bala when you leave Gambia you just need a passport why you have to go to Gabon why you have to go to Guinea Conakry muna nebe ID card sol dikan Gambia no laji and now that interior minister already me alonko adonta scandalo kono ablay sanyang wala na galankul one of your demands in your placards, Allah placards should Alinyanta Fola Ablai Sanyan should resign or should be sacked. Alinyanta Fola leko Ablai Job and resign. It only dunta ni oil scandal kono $30 million. Bimbo ole fokam gomsa bopa platform oto. Keodole dunta je sar kontongolom akakantela diamole twist. Ye Gambia la kokolatale because it all near UDP ngol moy diamola. Ijusol le kam mamandi ntega même fo platform to molena dia wala nan comfortable ntete UDP official hani killing nta defend on corruption okay UDP official hani killing nta defend on corruption baringa même vo jenko it is not fair on some platforms here who are focusing on Rohey Malick Lowe but they are not discussing Ablai Asanyang they are not discussing Yoro Jallow me alonko National Assembly member la foko every month $600,000 is akawole sort from this oil transaction. But how many people are talking about Yoro Jallow? But ninga alonko ninga tara Yoro Jallow mu UDP koti then ibala ko kachalali ntebe nyina foka. We should not, when it comes to scrutinization, there shouldn't be cherry picking. When it comes to scrutinization, it shouldn't be because bena sidela. Nit ki su fekkee ne yow si dëgg rek ngay def sa scrutiny waruloo xool corruption si fan la jógee su doomi UDP def corruption dañ ko war a wax waaye if government officials do corruption you should not let that slide then you are being hypocritical in your analysis loolu laa wax waaye man waxuma ne there is small or big corruption well even that if I want to argue fii soo demee si magistrate si there are certain crimes that they give minor sentencing but there are ones they do major. Even judges, then they hold but more gonna serious. A scandal at $30 million, mungo compare $20 million. Of course, that should attract more. Corruption la. Me platform, and this guy came there, and he started twisting my words, and that's what annoyed me. Man, sobuga mamerek twist my words. I did not say there is small or big corruption. I was calling out contextually why some platforms are not discussing this. Why he didn't say that. Boom, join us a platform. Because this other corruption is bigger. So I did not say that. I was looking at the media attention. That's what I said on that platform, and I'm going to repeat it here. But these people, then they yakamti. You dig away UDP. Man, how much UDP la def? I'm not your hand. They have so much dislike for United Democratic Party. They sent me an audio today. Somebody saw me recording, and Brother Nyanjai was explaining why he voted for United Democratic Party, and they are questioning that. Why? Because the bigotry is there. Somebody has chosen Kiku Jangana. The person has made an informant. But some people are still adamant why move vote for the United Democratic Party. And I bet if Nyang had said, I choose to vote for PDIS, they would have welcomed that. People have a right. People have a decision to make. Because I have the audio here that somebody sent it to me. I'm not good. Because me, I don't listen. I have picked my listening platforms right now. That's my choice. If anybody's going to get angry with me, like somebody can decide I don't want to listen to Bantaba. I'm not going to have any bone of contention. It's people's right. They don't want to listen to Bantaba. You see, in democracy, people's right can warrant some mercy. Somebody can say, I don't even want to. Somebody can even block Bantaba account. To see who said, what a mercy. Kumne munyo deglu Bantaba. Right now, 148 people are watching because they were listening to Bantaba at their choice. But somebody said, Nyanjai made an argument. According to him, he was caught between ideology. I listened to the audio and party book and the opportunity to remove him. Mom, at that point, UDP reckless. And some of this, and the person who said this is part of a political party platform. Bukuma Wakturam. Munge push Nyang. While Kokomo talk fee. Mune su UDP lead coalition, mom duko support. That shows the hate in the guy. Dafa am mer bo xam nek ci mom dafa dislike United Democratic Party. Mune su UDP jité coalition bi, mom du support coalition. Wax nako many times, but who cares? Who cares about whether he supports UDP or not? And su ko nexe bu support coalition bi, who cares? But if UDP is bound to lead the coalition, that's what is going to happen. But I'm just trying to open up the idea of how much some people have hate. So you have a right not to support a party. That is people's civic right. I have no qualms about that. But when you sow hate, even to the extent somebody said, I decided to vote for UDP, Yangem add, oh, and in fact, in the audio, I idiotically made a proclamation, UDP Nyota, United Democratic Party, the draft constitution 2024 failed. What about the 2020 draft constitution? Is it not NPP that kicked that out? Why didn't you reference that? Because Lolo Monjaka knew, but Yange mere UDP for putting that, and it's not only UDP, the APRC MPs also threw that out. But they cherry pick on this man feel like the issues of them. And let me tell you one thing. From now onwards, I'm not going to take it easy on anybody on any platform. You want to pick a fight on me just because I'm UDP. I will deny tonto. Whoever you are. Let's debate. Let's debate on issues. Let's debate on reality. Let's debate on constructively criticize your UDP. But if you want to bring hate and bigotry, I have zero tolerance for you. Hey, man, I'm not desperate for United Democratic Party to be in government. I would like it to be, but we're not going to be that desperate to give in to your whims and caprices just because we want UDP to be in government. UDP is in your government, Gambians in your buga, UDP nekasi government. We'll welcome that. But it's not like we are desperate. Some of you got to know that. All right? But anything done in UDP wahrek, they will have a bone to pick on from that. This is not good for democracy. Democracy, people have a right. Man, I'm not going to question anybody why you voted for PDIS in 2021. It's people's right. But so they can need you why UDP lacho. Why look at the UDP? Why should that even be a question? Who the heck are you? You can very question somebody for voting for United Democratic Party. You can mom nitty. These are the agitations newly agitated like when we discussed some of them. But back to the issues of Gamtel. Adama Barrow, the Fubuga Jai Gamtel. Tedinako Jai. And Gambia, all these state parastatals, Adama Munko Jai, Moma Sidi Keita. Jai nan Porbe. You get Jai Gamtel. Nko ningamu Gambia from Adama Barrow, only 5% of the votes at Asotola. Billahi ni Gambia bo banko dot. Adama intola banko tinyale, I'm more cordal boy. Wodama satina. Bare mole ko nyoko Adama la meeting fo malom bolon kono sate jomala ko nyen mo siata. Akonye sihu he Adama e mo soto. Ga go wel yalonde nyin nanyim ba ngol santo kolo mbuga rural Gambia sometimes mbuga understand because it only katrofa no ya jame jam. Na manke komboto ya jame was going to win. We need to engage them. Fo nga kache ya Adama Barrow la nyi wuro be akata mol le nyaal ku mele yalon ko rural Gambia. Because combo ma fo mo ayalon ne ko woli ko woli jele. West Coast at a UDP compete la wot. KMC. Banjul fa demanding. Yes. But West Coast and KMC at a UDP compete la. So akata rural Gambia le kawol nene nyi silolu ani nyi fenkolu dol bi je fanan ise diamo le nyawnya ite ko wol jala. Bari mbadinga information o check member than Gambia because nyimbeng flag up kanne pour ngana funo check. I'll be back with you guys soon. Na information on Yinjile. Okay, Allah baraka. Okay. Information on member than Gambia. Right now, new registration of Adama Barona la Molu. Now understand this is the information that just came from within the government circles there. Iko ilavita birth certificate registration ole kumasela. Dana ID card ola dali lamoy. Ilafita tala banko dol to pruka birth certificate Gambela wulu kaito. This is very, very serious. Reportedly, the news that's coming through, Adama Barola Mansakunda, they are planning, reportedly, purukata certain countries, ka Gambia la wulu kaito di kadi mola. Near birth certificate shoto, that is the pathway for you to get citizenship. This is very, very scary. Because certain countries, they're only doing this in certain countries. Because Adama Barrow is planning for diaspora voting. But ye memfai wolom aye batum foni enough numbers soto diaspora guaranteed voters meli alongo certainly will be cut off la barole, then they will have an emergency bill ya samba national assembly where it will majority soto je ya pass sign diaspora se cut off. Opposition olu alinga wuli Adama e sunyaro dakile. So nyin kibaro na da sign and you know menka kibaro din tolla from government there iboka kuma cancel for moli. Saya mandak ID card sol iko lafita ka selected number of countries but what countries only nyimo am alima wo fonye certain targeted countries ka Gambia la birth certificate ka samba ka di molla ne birth certificate dila that is automatically pathway purukata ka Gambia la voters card shoot. President ya jareta nyin nabaw to continue to be president a jareta nyin tapale yala bam te Africa president wala hanyata tapale yala ndol nyaabe nyin bela opposition olu mbe gamtel fana na kumo fola iko gamtel la managing director ani Adama Barrow sitale ko kana nyin company wafi pa Adama madang the managing director gamtel ngamel lamin tungaralo. He's desperate trying to discourage Adama Barrow, but Adama has already made a decision. And it's indicator. But Nyingulu Kaito, Munatin Nalbe Hanila, Kataka Gambia la Wulu Kaito Sika Kadi Bantala Bankoka. a be pour ka carte wo soto alte mirala alala yaje ñunu ka siman sakunda jarete ko bel bare momen kata ka safoke furawol kumoto yala wote korla kula adaba fongola yafo atata safol leke ka furawol kumo wuli ka safol keji wala na nga NPP ngol moy ko adama mo salihino lati adama ketetenne ngala tol malo même mo salihinoti so yudi ntolu melbe diaspora jang alimbe nga Gambia la documentol ñini because dolbe jam fanan Gambia document ol fon table ID card table passport table Gambia passport table ñunu mina sila last minute iko ha by popular demand ketetenne ali nga diaspora ngol fon bule watre tolbe nombal men ñini ka ya soto para Ablaye Sagna itiñaroke interior minister immigration malon jumale beje nyanta immigration director fanan tolon nale ndema molla bankudi ya ite pour que adama barola interest saf a jareta nyinna nim banko dolom director of immigration ning adama kabe nyinkala be resign nale mo buka kafu president la kela banko tinya jumale nyanta kafu la banko la ka president tinya bari nyimbe mo munati mbu oppositional yaje nin kambe be oppositional da mate mabay now oppositional de press conference commande mbenga si table killing ngama sekonda la ni crucial expose man sekonda be tem konale but there is fragmentation within the opposition momo bala agenda pousse la jana momo be kala teng mol ko ite sonna nyola ale UDP le ka kafu bati ite ko ndete bambula UDP koma Gambia wombe o tore wole kono teng ha ntede bambula UDP koma ha because UDP le nyinka jan UDP le nyinka jan bari buga fo UDP le Gambia bondi dictatorship de ali la kumol jele so e wa fi da nga wara wa fole wa bi ñaar la de so ne UDP ñoya ya coalition wa UDP tax ñoo gagné Gambia ci dictatorship dina ko fi wa way duñ wax lolu de bu ko jefo de e tolga UDP la negative le damala ba ha UDP le atina coalition tiñata ba Ousseynou le nata janga ko ni momo be adama boro forcé la tri abi samala ko bari birim ba Ousseynou funtita beriye tala solo sanem fa alma de manin ka fargala funtita ko nin kido be mala folo nyin dole be laari boko jefo de ni be UDP tala ko ibe mbusala yarola bari nga dadaro men fanan ka kari wo fo ni te mari honesta isa fo he or anyway UDP def nañ fi why should UDP even diaspora even contribution fee contribution o jang ngam UDP ngol siata baka mele contribution ko GDF I'm telling you nte woduma mantra UDP de nte be freedom le but lion's share of the people that contributed to the Gambia Democratic Congress Gambia Democratic Fund rather UDP ngol alta molu nyini ka ngam listot molbe bakwe ja wotugo ila euro ndingolu kaytol tebulu bar wolle kala nafulul bonni ka dundi Gambia ko wala nani momo ko ibe bakwe ko lu disrespect la bakwe ko al kana so moyal disrespect de nyin jamano pour hadama ni ngoy disrespect ka kuma tilimbalo foye wotude wodiate fonlay ni momo fundita e kuma tilimbalo fo bakwe ko kalman dum pleno la ala funti aliya mari jabi hadama dingo mo manyana jutula mola inata tubabu du o mu alala har jawlati jam momo inata nyame tubabu du jam alale har jaw sofora bar momo fisa moti de ni mo dana ni koma silola ite men dunda nam pleno la inata karamol la jam waran futu wole si jam manke telefisata mo men tata num libya la dunda num kulungola na tubabu har jawle fotata bar yalon kalanta yaman tambi nyinna ike fan jutindi molla ha modol bi jena manan dum pleno la molbe tubabu du jade na manan dum pleno la dolbi je fongol man hani ka dum pleno dolbi je ka travel the motor because iman hani ka travel by air so what is so special about traveling by plane? What is so special about it? Does it make you a superior person because you enter plane? That is womu kuma ignorant yalon. There are so many ignorant people here wala nantol gambianolu sakontol mo fi ngolu ni me domandin soto rek nga wonewu nga tandi jey ka tubabol jele millionnaire ni bentan dollar do fe bu ke shooté fa ye fangolo ji ini sa ben siro kam bare tolo ni me ya domani soto aya sanyo wulindi ni me passeport soto aya sanyo wulindi tubabol me yalan ko jammu yali la passeport wol mo passeport fa muta fenti right foi passeport muta fenti bari jandi mo na passeport so rek ikaja la tama nyale to ikaja la attitude to sai fo ngafisata le nkatu afolale ha nde passeport bente bulu ndekete tenne ndekete ten anite yalo ne ko yo passeport so to nyami ya so to nyami bele ngalo so ni momo kana kalanta yake ku ñow fi di belittle people from back way yo ñu neka back way xëy na ñoom ñoo la gën sax because ñooñu dañ ñaxtu dugga si yoon bi ñëw nak ku nekk ñëw yow naka nga jóge Angleterre o Europe nañu explain because bu back way bi xam nañ ne dañ jaar ci back way waaye ñun ñoo xam ne demuñ si back way ku nekk nga explain naka nga ñëw waaye loolu jar na sax nit di wax te this back way people contribute nañ si funding bi buñ doon génne coalition bi dañ daan yóoni xaalis folks in America you Gambia political sometimes some people stoop so low. Let's not be condescending to people's circumstances. Yalla ku nekk mooy binda sa wërsëg kenn jënut kenn ñun yëpp ay nit lañ danga whatever Allah has blessed you with is Allah's creation. It's Allah moo dee jox wërsëg moo ko dee binda rada fii soo ñëw fii ida da nga sëy turu sëy nga ñëw wala da nga ñëw jànga wala dañ la invite right invitation right ñetta yooyu la rek da nga jànga wala da nga ñëw as a skilled migrant. Yes, skilled migrant nga ñëw. Well, how many Gambians even benefit from skilled migrant jobs? Very few. If you go to the British Home Office, very minute percentage of Gambians know they believe in skilled migrants. Go and check the demographics. So you also know if you do a plane, because some people then jump do a plane as something special. Yes. Plane is just a medium of transport, just like motor. Be the van now, cow, you do a train, everything. But need not talk, wahulo wahi dani saret, UDP, majority of UDP supporters are Bakwe boys like Santa Yala. As all Bakwe boys all, Alna United Democratic Party. Baye katol mu, Alna wanundum plenola. Yen kailen to UDP, ñu dañ leena respect, ntol bal fonkalale, ntol dal bilitulla, ntol ngal value. Momo be Bakwe, yen ñu commento moy, dukar Alna United Democratic Party. Ntol ngal respect le ngal buña. Alna dama la sewu serile nga jutuna ya kuma fo moye jam bi kon tangam fam kalangolon. Ali ngam fongolu kalangolon. So barola ñi birth certificate registration is scary. Akija farole warta mbebe siri nyabala barobe suñaro datikan. Tata ID card samba dulalto. Wala na barobe siri akati 75% win. Baroba fokan dalil la kam. Okay, Saying is part of that segment where I am going to give a brief analysis of what UDP government will do in terms of how we will revamp the economy of the Gambia. Ninga chance from bekare ñun dol fola jele den ngana line ol yele UDP Gambia la tax base. First of all, we will try to broaden the tax base. Tax base of the Gambia right now is narrow because effective tax collection of because digitalization of Mansoto. There's a lot of loopholes. Procurement, Nakasudomonu, UDP, we want to introduce digitalization, e-procurement. Okay? But in then cold day for jam because Njau Kumbaliba can ideal. So Nimolko UDP doesn't have ideas, you don't have policies, you don't know. We do. We don't have well-written policies in place. But the copy and paste club, they are listening. When you listen, they copy and paste. And they go and said they are the ones who came up with this idea. Gambia corruption member farim banko kang. Asiata bakele. Abuka bang kontela. Abuka bang fola. So some of those points here, I'm not going to announce them here because there's our policy guidelines on the economic front. So Manta Fiongo be follow online because you don't know who is listening, okay? Ila strategy be buka be foot in the band. But nga kuma kilim valley, a UDP-led government will have a small government. We're not going to have a big government. Through that, we will curtail expenditure and reduce the deficit. When you reduce the deficit, then it reduces the pressure on Gambia current account deficit, which will have positive impact on the inflation rate and reduce the interest rates. So, new oketa, the exchange rate, there will be stabilization of the currency. Nina currency stabilized. What we will also do, UDP has to do on the side of Puruka exports new for harnessed. We have to Puruka Gambia a productive based economy and reduce imports, because basic commodities me alongo 6 kilo for Gambia nyanto import la leba na ba nyama Gambia manyana 6 kilo import la. UDP will give tax breaks to company or meli alongo. They deserve it and they're employing them genuinely, not because there's a political expediency. Come Kalilu Wage Wolu, Katab Haji Bani Sisho, Kukol, Melango, a monopolistic radio nawek, it like a nawe full samana. No, we have to liberalize this. UDP has to liberalize this. A UDP government that is not liberalizing this, I will start losing faith, say Husedili. There has to be liberalization. Economic liberalization has to happen, where that will enhance competition. Effective competition for people to compete. Where there is effective competition, beneficiality. Can anybody give me the answer? Basic economics, yeah? Competition or water damage, beneficiality. Does anybody know the answer? You don't need to go to economic school to understand that. Ning competition or water bank, effective competition, beneficiality. Can somebody, the consumers, Bambas just get it. Consumers, basic. Consumers all lekake beneficiary because ning competition okera. That put pressure, prices all because businessmen all can you compete. That's why UK you have got different. Neither most of the Western world you got different departments, stores, supermarkets. You have variety of choices. So the businessmen compete, but monopoly, what does it lead to? Hike in prices. Munana be monopolistic right with la hadi bani sisola because hani bani sisoho aka kodi soto nyim business soto aka NPP bankroll wala na Adama Barrow has institutionalized corruption in that country. Momo ka Adama Barrow fasa itebe Gambia kasara kanni but Gambia no dol wol selfish talde itol kamene jibe barobe kurodi lantela imaje dol bota en ye dol kibaro fula dol bota UDP ko saye moto kuto pul yo sika ya dia itol ka jele jibe at the detriment of the country. So, Bri UDP Mansakunda Nata in 2021, Yalong Eko UDP, Kurunga Domanding for Jani, Eko Gambia, Birin Gambia Sita, Eko Gambia Mang, UDP Mansakunda Man Fenke Bangkoka. We haven't done anything. Kurunga Domanding for Jani. Our contribution towards the economic front of the Gambia. The Gambia Birimba Mansekonatala, we had 2 months of imports cover. Gambia reached a point, Yaya Jame continental from Gambia would struggle to import. We are at that point. Ninga nyimfo abe APRC call Kamfala because Dolfana Bijane Jamela Kumo for it, they come after you. Never will have Jame Musa Sotola Jame Bantaba, Barga Latina. Yanabe to learning audio bondolo, let him come to Bantabanga interview. Mbala Rajini Kalamana in a French sack, Lamin Tamba. Because Jamme Mandalila di. Malamana Lamin Tamba sack. Femman Jahali Barola sack in the for Lamin Tamba. Because Lamin Tamba is defendo menke Adam about Nina Jang. Abe ya Jamme dal, Timalamuna ya Jamela problem. I take a bullerek, I take a cool. But let me not digress. Let me not go down. Lafta Jamlan call Labake, the policy objectives of UDP. We want to stabilize the economy, stimulate economic growth, transformation in line with the modern economic models. I'm not going to give the macroeconomic stabilization, how that will be achieved. And in terms of the GDP, the contribution of the budget to the health sector, the agriculture sector, the percentages of members, these are all in UDP embedded programs. But more like a sidang, it for UDP policy shop. That is sad. But you go United Democratic Party, we don't have policies. Say you don't know, okay? And yalong expenditure caps for Nambol introduced lale. And that's the key in addressing the economic fundamentals of the economy. Economy ta address la nimang stringent financial measures put in place pour fiscal discipline to curtail your expenses. Whatever borrowing talala, whatever dontoro talala. You cannot just go out and you want to borrow. That's why our domestic debt now, how much? 120 something percent GDP. Billions unabated, and it's continuing. UDP has to put expenditure caps. And this endless environment, will be stop lala. Once UDP doesn't start introducing this, I will start losing hope in UDP. These things have to be introduced immediately. Because this is how you start stabilizing the economy. The economy will start. And I know that the UDP cannot even go to government and start buying new cars. Once that happens, then failure all over. Ninga UDP jare moto nyimal sarna moto nyimal mbafola hey disaster. We have to manage with the existing cars. Permanent secretary kudo ye appoint rek e konte fana 5 million car. That's where the failure will start. Because these are ostentatious goods. They're expensive. A poor country like Gambia, we have to curtail our expenditure. Yeah. Let's excel. Thank you, Madam Sani. We have to. Now, the current expenditure, we have to control it. Capital expenditure, that's a different kettle of fish. Capital expenditure, that is bound to bring infrastructure development. Once it's going to yield productivity, that's okay. But in the recurrent expenditure, that's where we need to keep eye on. Okay? So, UDP Masala, we have a lot of experts in the party. Melialanko, they have brains. UDP doesn't have ideas to transfer this country. We have well-written document. It has to take political will. Whoever is going to be the president, whether it's going to be like Usino Dabo, it's going to be somebody else, the political will is going to be there and should be there. Once there is no political will, all these fanciful ideas, policy document will never materialize. African institutions have got fanciful ideas, but it's the implementation one problem. Anybody president, you have to take the bull by its horn. New issues will put in place. At the beginning, it will come under barrage of attacks. Economically, you have the economy address law. You have to be ready. For a honey. It happened in the United Kingdom. Labour Party almost put this country in a mess. In fact, they did. Take a Labour support. The wars in Afghanistan and everywhere. They put the expenditure on this country. Even IMF had to give signal to the United Kingdom at one point because of the way they were expanding. Bring this conservative government came. David Cameron, you all addressed. They curtailed the expenses. Nani benefit people will start to complain. They started dealing with the curtailing the benefits. More many along because not do kola. Ikatara dingol le wulula left, right, and center. Itara siri la bungol kono masakuna bungol dila. Every week ila bank balance will kurobe jurumalaji. It started to complain. Because the government was trying to deal with the expenditure. For a hani drastic measures have to put in place. Gambia government moto nyima balle talala. State House the pasol menkateji abe talala. The president has to leave like like president of a poor country. Not what Adam Barrow is doing. In private jet style be nyanta talala le. That's how we're going to control. That's why when I see expenditure caps in UDP policy, I'm impressed. Okay? Because without these expenditure caps, we're not in a mess. So so that callers can have their say. So policy in our programs, we put it in for people to have an understanding of UDP. We are not just talking, but we have got brilliant ideas. Within the first 5 years, UDP is going to establish 10 skill centers. We are the only party here that has made that pronouncement. Partido Mafojam, 10 skill centers across the country within the first 5 years. And UDP ko ninata karango fana na karola karango. First 9 years compulsory, mandatory, free. First 3 years tertiary education ofana is free. So that didn't base most basic education come and jam to babu jam. It's compulsory for you somebody karang. It should not be left to the whims and caprices of the parents. So yes, dole haklo and the padiemo fana fo tala. Padiemo fo eke padiemo fo eta because mansakunal official fo tama. It's not every country for padiemo, but it has to be controlled, the size of the delegation. Okay? Nying mid the farmer store or people's store. Mansakuna motor can use a billion to stop la. President of phone, not have meet the people I talk with a small delegation. Otumole conviction also like UDP is ready for change. But the same status quo, menga ka PPP la jamano, ya jamena ataya continue baroye churumpia kono. Ning midi farmers demba sabale henanang abe diam kabe kuma kalantangol fala kaka madi jobatel attack. How can an agriculture minister ite man diamo senola bundale ite ko ka madi jobatel attack ko madi jobate el afta o kala janne candidate to mansion faka fo berin tolbe falendiro demba sabale mu falendir leke demba sabale be GDC refused to join the coalition. So demba sabale mu falendir leke biring falendo kray mama kande jamfa atata joined so akakata ngala video je dole ya kinyanang abe mali jobate attack. So mena analysis stop la janne mbe yamaro menkela alen kana chahan ni ID card kola ani ni birth certificate ol oppositional alenga wuli banko dingol fana be yamaro men dila kan nyim betu UDP executive bulu wara oppositional UDP executive tan ko be kelano banko dingol fon alenga na sovereignty defense na le suspected dawda ko lundangol leb dunda nan jang uroy ko mema mafo moyta boy mo kande mo kana mo attack physically kamo attack because New York is act of criminality bara alenga na kaito defend coalition kacha membe kela ngataje ni hakilo UDP cannot just reject coalition talks because we should go and talk to Gambians. Ni la fite jigo sonon. Bari nimbi dala je fanante melbi dala je mo hakili malom. Bari nte fanan kana hakili ni wala ko jam. Menkata 2016 ilafto formula le sambalana. UDP nyanta wudula cross la bake because ninyi party ndingol be kafuta nyoke la 17 delegates be UDP ganyala. Ninyi party ndingol be kambenta ko hali nga fay kare. UDP la kandido be ganyala nyadi. It's common sense. So, menketan located in 2016, bao nyim patiol beta da fa Adama Baroy, mai fati wotumo manyin kalanta yadati, aka UDP support, PPP wotumo yafa delegate yafa UDP, but that is not going to happen this time. Mokala nene, nyim patiol bebe kamfari UDP kamalde. Jamababi je kadiam bebe kamfari kamalde because I control lenga coalition o tinya. Ngale la ñu supporta ningol moy le ba tali la Facebook le control nga coalition o tinya so ning alson dañu equal representation of delegates ku be kala UDP la fanta fola moy ni ko saal nga na 100 delegates every party ni UDP 100 delegates so ñi party yol moy 100 delegates so itol be kambente witi ye kacha so ko nga fanye they got that party got 200 delegates ntol nga 100 so ni participate the process or reality withdrawal ba fola UDP aldara primaries la karle vinda fale bula kariko so me knowledge so ni equal delegate system on UDP ndela jeron de sefu sedling kana opinion la de dija ma fo wala be UDP bulu de membe UDP bulu moro bare tekana because ngangulu ngunolu moyle iba fokan duma wala ne la fitan ne la pour kan samba coalition talks to den ya ha nga kenya min 2016 wala lolu warto am waxuma ne du am de because man awma kado man awma baat bange wona lolu wero because lolu is not fairness UDP la alpha nalbe la moy kan ala nyindula la moy babake ala kana song al meta melto politiko kono bi yana ya fo ben tolu nyamen because ibe nyin kachamen be la ten iko le munu duma ha ni nene ye 100 delegates samana ndol fara nga 100 samana nyindo 100 sale ida male do bari bu ha alta fay carré ni avay carré rek because ngela mol moy diamola ha what process all fair. How is that fair? I want anybody to come and debate with me. That's not fair. UDP should have more delegates than the others if there's going to be primaries. Let anybody debate that point with me. If you're going to a process, it has to be fair from the word go. There cannot be an imbalance in terms of representation. So by program of that lagane, Nemo will have to contribute. Right now, the line is open on UDP and Bantaba. Thank you. Ngajale ñun dolu fo Facebook YouTube la ka dolu TikTok la ka dolu silendi fo mistake kolomba biko nga dolu jele seleta jam may camera fela dunta UDP King Lamin Touré fanan duntale alaje kijera ini mbara
assalamu alaikum Seku
munabe Holland
jam fo sama membe kekande
ndol fanan jang somanda sama ketale bari somanda sama ketale bat tilibulo ma fama tilo botale ibe ñaari Lamin Touré is a mute bang.
Allo network
Lamin Touré is a mute please. Lamin Touré
allo Seku
ambe moy kanne nal dunta platform do mbokala fika mo drop ba ni dunta ni koy mute dukare al mute okay mbara nga ñin drop fo mbara nga ñin mute
yo
yeah Kijara go ahead please Kijara amere network ko bari araba
Seku yo sala beta saya natale ini bara Seku ila do ko beti haring
abaraka
nge tentu nge jayi
abaraka
UDP ala kuolu ala police hani mo fo nyaborale because example ta nyim yankuba dabora dro
ha
mo damma kanyanta example la dindi jël la karam mu jota say mamme
ha
o sanji flo ko ay million jël tala brikama tundola wodara lam example to UDP because ntagalo no ko bi ñu UDP banko dita UDP la UDP ba itan la Gambian ko la ka ko intel sakke no la andi ba kelam
onya
so abedame na banko dingli paredron coalition sotta bang coalition man sotta bang ali nga rally behind UDP koma nga bero fay baro na masakunda ko
bare Kijara ye barola bengojo nyaadi la ko sayate be 75% le soto la election vote
Seku kijafaro kumolo moti
yamera panic tale
ngo kijafaro kumolo moti yalo ni senta kuto da aka kuno tsale fay
bare kafo memba no madu fa Kijera
wo kafo bula fayda kafo le wo manke fetti tata kafo le kafo to nyoma ke na mo bula ko dindin dol faal su dindin dol ni kamban dindin dol faal be je ko men na ko lo wol kanal ro ko president lo be na to ko la nga ali nga ta jube maringo afo ye na kombo ye na o manya sifa ke jam fe mo kafo o kaf sifa
ani de kafo ibuka hanya kala kombo wa kele
yo so ka ta ba se banko le kan la bon men be jam ma fa la yo na yo samba ani wo passé tundo mal la mo be je men ya lon ko ko long e balon banko fa la man sakunda fa ko gobon nyabe na they have ima vevere no auto itele ka jere doron ka fo bi do mo bi kari wala miro bolo to bar ka fo ko be tel falu fo mi tele carte fay ibe dunna toro lo kono ani masibo kono imam fenfel lo oto
tonya
wala tin ngai tan ni mo lan ko ni mo ni tingi jaw ya ta bakere ni tingul ko ya ni mo tin kolon ande ngo iko ni mo ni karanta inya yeta ya adama ya no ni aja annabi mo ko na bol kam pour que bol tankan ni jahannama la
tonya
muna na annabi mo ko na bol kam pour que men ko bol tankan ni jahannama because it ni ya jelon ne
tonya
ala je itan bi dol be ala ya itan wodale aka mun dan ron ko be yalo seku ku kilimbe je iya jere ni dimba mala ibu ka firfirol je ke sawn nan kana dum je dimba ko
ha
muna na ya dimba la maro ni ya dimba la kolayalo muna ya dimba la janolo
ete do naje
ete do
naje hani
bari tele kamera mu ne mo la fi yar wala wala ke tele tafiya
wala
aka munta ko be ni abetene exactly wala atunna amenta karam na betide tubab karam ni betide bari ñiri membe baro no ma ñiri ngan yo jabi ya patel fatam bi i ko le karam na de kam mo nyaay len ni me ya lon koy ma lon
tonya
pour que londindala pour que balum ila balu ya toneya but these people ñi ba fati o fa le doyata ite ko ite mu ñaafon ko rek
Alaji Ture, you can't come through this number, Alaji. You cannot call through this number. This is the number I'm using for the show. Yeah. Alaji ngambe fana nyala TikTok account sorry.
Dunia karawo karandine ka natire ka import ila moliyen. Anda bese mai kolo domo. Andu niya bese ma domo wo fana ka fintina economy ko because hada badin me ya lonko. Banko me ya lonko ala moli ya jata kende asoto banko ko progress le.
Tonya.
Wari Gambia jibe ni tata je konkolo be je ikai esia do moron men beta nan kenate Africa ko Gambia konna. Don be je won expire for long time maybe won don expire for 2-3 months 5 months. Wala fina ni sa Gambia de tano ko kuran sifa don fam ka finti banko kono la ibuka kala long.
So janin be blala rek Alaji Kijera inshallah if an ambita la later campaign all right
Sekunda be sino kan nda be sino kan nda nimbaro kungulum fayentel bondi dunia warante ngado na banko e ibentel bondi na dunia
ala man tangala
ani seku after to wona to sai de ko mota sino la banko ne ko foto banko la freedom ne ko foto wo koma foye sacrifice
yeah
ni membe be kuma kan Gambia dingi la jitro yala min man de barosi hanyi lo la Gambia dingi tema ke tretin ko tanke after ya jambe lay
wallahi
ko ni men finta jambe kuben la kan what kind of word is
wo nonsense la
even na ya tara wonu fangala na telephone nyanta a impeach from that day so muna be ni manya jabu ya kala baro be in kuma kan sifa yor la Gambia dingi kan Gambia dingi si ya baro bibe o nya ko nakalo baro ye pare ay na findina ko den ka fo mo de ko mbe ta time kelale faka ta campaign wala faka sizo busa ngo adiata jato la kanjo Gambia dingi be pare lele yeno ngo ay pare ay mbe fa abulo du yeno kono fa ay pare ay ta sindi dunia kito kono ay fa ngo Gambia dingi alkana silam if silam da ibe fa iman silang ibe fala sayamu watole ngoy ko han Iran bomo feten dajele Israel bomo feten dajele men baruto banguka sagatu me na banko me yalon ko bala right fight kam ye silang wala ngoy ko ni membe silang na parole nyembe silang nan to nyantel Gambia dum nya katun talbe fitna le na fa billahi wal kitab ya bedam ya jama bedam na talbe kam bi wala so alkam ne silang sinan kuta je tefalti je ndalla nga sembo suto baro tin ndalla nga baro sindi mba fly na jam noto part time nde sonnala noto part time al be findi nga fay ko jang at kele jang
okay alaji jani be blala ko de gara may camera ya gala la protesto memi nyanda kala sinending yemu message soto fora gala ngol nyanda fundula
yes ndaga meso yalo Gambia dingu men mina problème oti ifanya katari ida masibo la abe caring ikenya kasal
tonya
annu Gambia dino aka kuwol inta kuwol bula ñobulle kamera te la haju seje ikam kuwol bula ñobulle kamera mo la haju seje annu ñu finta dali do men dali da koy bala mu de suñar suñu ali na sangal wurundu nan na banko mo kan ni ya de Gambian ko be konko kono ani mindo jawo ni bata jawo karam mu do fa be je ko fa ani lambo fa mo to do ko ani ji ken do mas do because last time do bara nyami na je iko ko dindelu ka tama na jamba kata jiyo nyini pour que me be fan serien da men wani fon ka jiyo fan to karam mu to aka kole je ye mira dan la digital min na fam ko ibe mo so da jawo bo ndi kan Gambia ko bam yanko sara no le be je make important that Gambia dingu araba nu Gambia dingu be fit bin ko ina fo kaso
wallahi
mo di information on photo
etaji
sinti aliya no silo kan aliya fo mo aliya fo adama baro no time fang aliya ina man no time fang Gambia dunya ye moy amanda aseton dambala Gambia dingu ali sinti wadum la aliya ina man aliya fo no time ko adama baro Gambia dingu ya moy e ko wasi membe ya abamburi ifana ya moy wallahi nimba adama baro bondi im banko kan jang asa atambita nyim banko nyato andi be menjela banko kan wala be gule la katambi kimala nso faliyende nko dua nko dua for Iran ni membe kero kela right fight thing aya tunda kumene mo wulu wodnal mo manke wodi yolet ni tata Israel me ferenti jang ani min Palestinian woni jande annabi mo jonne so to ma fon fo Gambian ko lu tele la dua jabi to bet
ya abaraga laje nga
ngai ma sakunda kurum bondi je
ame
mo ngai ma sakunda kurum kelanda e bondi na nyaato ni ne hada badi jande fata birngil da hada badi jande bonni jande foto da badu wona kata ni ko masila jawo ikata fam faji
abaraga alaje mbarenga abaraga bake diamo bedada nga modol ta no ide mudala imam kuke imam ide hanyila wala
sekunda nafta na fanga ye muta ni jim man sakunda man te muta billahi wal kitabi man baraka yes ni man de muta te man baraka ni baraka te be muta la ibe muta na mbalo na ka to nya mbe foka nga abe dunka be tulo kon
bari de mo dale mallu atinya
these people they suck our economical vital from their own poor people we Gambia di abe sikel tiri ni be je kamera esle bala sende fokonko
abaraga laji thank you
instead give membe state house je membe ngure ko no batolu be nyaat di kamera ko tintirnya kilman demo ka tirintide
yeah abaraga bake thank you alaje kidera mba tento lamba jaila abalo kanira bake adam barola koka mo jamale kamfa sayngara system ay kamaraya
no assalamu alaikum brother said mbal be konta nawlaro
ene mbara
first of all nta be diam lañing ID card wala
anen birth certificate of fana kafujele sign
because nta rumors men found kafo wala mu ñinti ko say beñim birth certificate e beñim ID card woni ba issue lale ya samba palmenoto bar before ibo kele ba comme ya fo nyama nta fana ya moy di sem wala nyama so adam baro be parere mu nekk kan comme be ya gele Gambia dingol be sirin Gambia e man ID card issue e bari ka boji kata murtani kata ID card issue wali so adam baro woya la programme wol be landile already abe Gambia no le sunyale nyame election landile already so sa tuta Gambia dingol le bulu ngawuli ngalon sentan nem fulol because more member sirin banko ka wol man ID card soto how comes it ka dila non Gambia no la banku do kan iba fala ko ibe ID card le issue la wol so ni diaspora carte fa men voting men ka foten aka kurkur ken sai e kam men fo wala muy ba implement lale ibe sonnale diaspora carte o fay bar mune bina tarala o koto wala mu nyinti ko ibe men kala ni Africa banko men bebe Africa ten iba ibita wolleto ye ID card ya issue waliya ye ba certificate comme ya fanya me ya issue waliya so ibaje la ko diaspora how many people lebe diaspora how many people lebe tuwab du banko kam men yalon ko they are Gambians. So bari Africa banko be ibinata woleto ibe mo la ID card tala ibe mo la ba certificate tala iba isula on non Gambian olma iba fala ko because it will fana mo diaspora ko bari yayi kan loko sai ha diaspora laftale carte o fay so ibita ID card totale ba di la African countries non African Gambian olela iba fala ko diaspora ko la mo Gambian olela ibe samara nambanko ke bina carte o fay so UDP la wo any party la ngo nyimman ke party kuti jante nyimmu banko la kuwala te Gambia la kuwala so nyanna wulla le green sign nga ko stop nga dia ma kuwala ko stop because na ko man stop barobe nyine kala ay menke 2021 atamo kumpala banko ka abina menke la wole be tambila wala ko ya de la pare tale already aka fo mo lembe 75% na aka wole fo mo baro we ya lon ne ko kat Gambia dingol men be sirin Gambia yelo be balo ko wol fatala baro e wolon fa jahilol de men ya lon ko konnante ya be fari balo kon fo wol de bar momo ya lon ko Gambia dingol muti ndum Gambia yelo le be balo kono bata men bo banko kan konko men be o banko kan min do men be o banko kan wallahi wol tabula la barono bar fankun nal men yalon koy ke fango ko leje ibuka banko je buka hani dingol la same buka je biko momo ke la idingol la samaji ike momaro la samaji tabula la nyemma sakunda kurungo kon
ndede birin wulo na namana nyinje kataka ID card di bantala banko kan
so kwali ya jele be pare muna fango be ke kan Gambia dingol be sirim be deire baro bala kuol tamandla Gambia dingol be siri be deire so na second diamo wala bita kala nyim protest lal men yalo ko kana fintile e kana protest lela so e kana finti pour Gambia lebo because bari la protest dalilo muneti ko corruption men be Gambia e lafta wolebo sunyaro men be je anim kere saya men be ko men be je dal so nyim protest lali isa lonko Gambia service manolo Africa in general service itolle pame sono itolle pame tota ya isuye but at the same time fana itolle fana mba fo ka rumors be finte kan ko ika foko ha ni protest la lu bari great la mona ni fintita okay so isa lonko
ego mona wol be regret la
hi because maybe pareta kule kela because it's brother seko ning service manol bukatara do ko la banko dingodi
bare ye pamido so dole go ye pamido so dole
ha ye pameto so dole mka wala foyete ye pameto isu yale but at the same time rumors so lebe finti kanko ka foko nyunu me atine fintita ye tolle ye pameto dilale we all know that but me atine fintita e bar great la because muna bina kela so men be fintila protest le say e be careful back if only ye protest la at the same time ye ke police sol fanat because the thing is more lebe lorin right now men yalon ko be parade pour que la protest ni ta ka sabotage ye kudu ndige ko me yalon ko because bari banko kan ku kurun keta je ka den de UDP le
yalo my womo ikole for counter intelligence the counter intelligence use can because you have to put banko de ngole sila kana funti
yes okay but then at the same time we nyanna tale hakilo le ba ni finta ya kenen kulu kon ya kenen famma giyo kon e kana boy mo le fir la e kana boy business la fenka e finta dalilo menna yela ballero tika yofo e finta dalilo menna yofo bari at the same time ye hakilo fanatu bake mo le fanambe dender men yalon ko e pareta la ka ku sambane la protest nyin kono me ya sinne ibin so me bina fala ko maji nkonga nyimfo nyina nan ka balan ka pameto di Gambia dingol la ni ko be fintila maji men ka atara dum i fangol le kuru yagi i fangol le moli jo ye kuru yake i tata bule i kono kata kuru yaku wol ke je me yatina e c'est la protest ni sa sabotage no
Womo counter intelligence lady. The counter intelligence lady use on the struggle. On ilavida program mole silande ki pour mo jama kana fontindi.
Mansa kunna nyol manke mo katerin tide. Illa wala baro la ni mansa kunne manke mo katerin ta du ni ko jarate ko belela. Pour baro ta tamla. nko ngaw mo furi o demba sabali to moy janne afinde ta ka foko pour baro ta tamla a jarata le Gambia dingol yelo bon so a Gambia dingol salo wole toko nyimman sakunda man tara sirin Gambia dingol yeje ndu man tara sirin pour Gambia la naso nyaato tan nko ngajele yenna institutional ta yebe wat
tonya
san ko gamtel ta wole be fo kante ndabe kelal right now ngamere doku la keme wobe be fonye la gamtel right now.
Hey my brother, can you please be quiet until somebody's talking, please? Thank you.
So ñina problème oti ñim man sakunda man tara siri ñim banko kam pour que Gambia dingol ñafita adu man tara siri nge pour que Gambia dingol bondi na tara danta baro la man sakunda la billahi Gambia dingol mbe kula ñina ko fo jannim dunia be kala ñame so to Gambia dingol alinga make so 2026 we get rid of this criminal government 2026 alinga make so adu wo do ko ñana dat la birin sign because it will be suñaro la ya dat la birin sign baron nala ñin criminal ol yo suñaro dat le birin sign ibe karto win la ñame ya dat le birin sign so Gambia opposition ol al wuli al yellow al simfulo la nga baro stop birin sign because baron na ba ñama baro ma ñanda lola Gambia banko fanko again ka foko nka tatam le ñin adu ngoko la fana Gambia fana ajibe ñim political party ol men bebe cholon kandante ibe tarla ibe lorin teng ibina munekela ibe mu nyalale nin ko tata duta do mo ipareta do be ta la baro kan kon kawle geja ibuka mo soto tu momena mo danta me ka soto e kela parti sikale ta la baro kan pour ye position odila so UDP kelole be UDP bulu kelo me yalon ko mo ma dandila lon because banko kelo fa ni pareta la ika pare ko bedel adum baro mba next solale 2026 baro masakunda dole be fola o banko kan barbaro la man sakunda te fola o banko kan nin ala talla man so 2026 ala baraka
abaraka my camera baraka, thank you so much. Saying at na brother ya Mustafa bismillah.
Abaraka baake brother Saidali
Number
benna sister control no membo ka diamo sa ande sale balama control men bebe la moyo
abaraka
ndebina issue mento don coming I know you just said it allegedly that there are no facts established yet all of this birth certificate issue coming may alonko barona la man sakunda pareta pour adi Gambian diaspora no.
Yeah.
But yalo memo baro puruka ni information fifal molka rule out because baro can do anything. He can go to any extent to be able to entrench himself, to stay in power.
Yeah.
So he cannot rule it out. So what I think now, kabringa nying ID card kuo moy sa imfele ndina birth certificate issue le fana moy ka yalo kafoko after they will go back to the National Assembly so that they can bring this bill back for diasporian to vote because what is simple majority and they have the majority. Definitely, we cannot rule it out.
Yeah.
At the damn sign, Yalong, until Mbafo can come here for young Gambian or Dolbe diaspora in the Americas and in Europe. Honey, Gambian document, authentic one table, today, as a passport or an ID card or a voter's card. Nilbeda, the Bela card sold play can. These African countries, they will be comfortable with that number.
Yeah.
If they come to America, they might play a strategy. The immigration team is at New York. All Gambians who want voters card and all those things. If they from Batandila coming CRC, the Constitutional Review Committee in Menke to go to all states. It came from Batandila because Yalo Nebaro didn't get much support. So they just say, okay, Natal be New York. So Gambia don't left the voters card let they can come to New York, the team is there.
Yeah.
So they have America jam Molka busy in their jobs. If you just announce that, within 2 weeks, then the next month you find yourself in New York, and it is only New York that you are going to stop. You think Gambians all over America will be able to come there who want to have voters card to vote? No, they will not do it. So, but on your dinner strategy, see far lekera. In Europe, they will go to the, Nita Germany, for a better Hamburg than Mal. So, in the other state will not. UK or Yam. You see, just for the sake of, we've been to the diaspora.
Yeah.
But already, it's a man like, the electorate in the diaspora who might not be, the vote that might not be in favor of Barrow, they might not care to go, around the state. They will just do it for the purpose of we have been there.
Yeah.
So, I think that I mean on the red. So, what I think that be a bedame, come in Yemenfo. Yagentel opposition, one la, Kule Ben Kuna Mentam Bita Kanyo Attack. Kule Ben Kuna Mentam Bita, Kasi platform, also, Bulala Noma. It's no problem.
Yeah.
That's no problem. Anybody, Italy, Alabella political Kelanyami. But not a Gambia Intel Sula. Gambia in Sula, Puruka Gambia Salve. Wallahi, we will come together. Make strategy legibela meyalo ko saying thing. The electoral malpractices mel bitakanje, electoral reform so mel nyantakela. Baro be afang entren kanyame, puruka mola votes big no. We will be going after Baro. Ngaje ko, woye stop, naman stop, they na kekini tinga 50 in the street, kaita barola ko, peacefully. All the opposition leaders, yafoko nalman you stop, Melale, we will tell the oppositions to go in the street peacefully. Ngaje ko, ngaita dunyala ko, you have started your game of, entrenching yourself to read the election, and that we will not allow. So you need to take a spot in one voice. Then abe chono ya la bakele kurunga na, by 2026 in Tafunyoma Kuruka Baro Bondige. But no, this is not the issue. Yalong abe dame, nde mbemen fola. Na kara Gambia le mol sula. Ngo UDP. Wallahi we have, the biggest opposition. Niao for nakita for eneko. But the Muda na Almambaro Bondino, Tojano, the biggest in Ma Bondino. But the Fana, election Fana Bukake, Mayalonko, men can tell by the second position tala. So say, I tell Mayalonko, you coming after us. Why don't you join us through Nabaro Bondi? Ali join more can Nabaro Bondi. Ndengam Fanjo Masakunda Kurunga Baro La Masakunda Bondinga Gambia Salve. Ninga Gambia Salve. Ni UDP Masakunda Be. Say, don't ever be imagined as the biggest opposition again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So people will be saying, people will be politically aware. So democracy may enjoy the son of even the UDP government that is sitting. Nima take, even already na dole for Nankoma UDP Mansakunda Bondi. Yaje Bankoka built politically. You have to get, the awareness. Yamwe, but what for them for Bankole Kare Jusukundo, Yaji kon tebe donko ke Kampuka na Bankole Bondi for generations to come. But not until Kakele Dorong based on, Nintemanta Carifon Antida, Akobe Manila. So Alinga Gibe as oppositions right now, this 2025, by this end of this 2025, we should get solution and we should be, with a very genuine selection in 2026, it's just to move ahead. To be able to, end the Barrow government.
Okay, Abaraka Mustafa, thank you for your contribution, Abaraka. Sayangata, Madam Sanaya. Yande idingela comment jelet. That's okay. Sane Balama.
Hello, assalamu alaikum. Seho.
Nimbara.
Ade kontona and lamu ralbe. My sister Nimbara in Kewal Mini Baby Jam, Doko Bakri every day. I get about the full Bangoya and in the diaspora.
Yeah.
Kela contribution of women to don't come in sister for my camera. Momina Kela Wallen being of Fuji, Gala Mumbele Tati. Coming be Kumbo day in day out in coming be a query, coming be for Wallen Sunya wrote an interpolayan in Bobancoka. Yalam going funding to also familiar along with Pareto from the Taopai. Or from Polike Balun, Dinding Olumbara, Musuba, a Benyan to join Lalinman, Galadam, and of what Mumban, 4 bill of words.
Yeah.
The more we come out, the more it will actually help.
Not only Gambia but internationally more based along Gambia Minduke. I don't have a more Marco Lalenkat in Loon told me Kataka soon I approve Kaneka do the Bukake Nyanta Kalanyame. Hopefully or state or partners will be near the Kotakayani the Kudu at the election of the Nakasi. So the more we come out, I believe, the better the knowledge will be known. I will effort belong. So the rumors dismissed, but at the same time, in Canada, at the end of the day, because me mongering just to make sure more kind of
more gonna see,
I don't woman better. Ninguno more months the purpose will be defeated. So anyone member listening on the ground. This is a free protest. Is a peaceful one. They are very professional and intelligent young gentlemen.
So, Madam Sane, before you proceed, if about you know something about this gala, what are some of their key demands? What are they demanding?
To be honest with you, it's all around
the assets
existing in the Gambia, the corruptions. It's unfolding. They're talking about the 300 million missing millions from GPA. They're talking about the Russian oil.
The Russian oil,
They're talking about the COVID-19 funds.
They
have lots of links that some of them I even forgot about. They have all of them, and they're making them in different tableaus on to store them.
So do you think the crowd is going to be massive based on your own?
Now, the messages that are coming in and the inquiries, and I believe it's going to be a lot since they know they were granted permission. Now the others, the last time, most of them were scared for the fact that they didn't have a permit and it may be illegal. They might go.
They might come under tear gas and stuff.
Yes, this time round they're granted, and I think and I believe the young set will follow them because they are definitely wanting to go for this march to happen, and they want to be heard. They want to set the Gambian and tell the government that we don't care who you are. But our rights matters more.
But what would you say to this the narrative that, well, the momentum that Gala brought just faded away?
I believe when it happened, they were told to wait so that this commission of inquiry can take place. And to be honest with you, at the beginning now, I had the belief that nothing will come out. But it's hard to see that a commission is commissioning itself. So we have done a commission investigating everything about Yaya Jammeh's assets. And now we have a committee set up. I thought it was going to be something like just an inquiry, but it's deeper than that from the knowledge I have been receiving and inquiring. And you'll be surprised about some revelations, which a lot of people just kept under the carpet, but I'm not going to do that. Is Quran. Kurang yung kuwal kono I aseto aristo le sotomi ya lonko afongole ya create atema konsum government visito bondi or Jani commission visit bondi ani serial numbers at the phone nya ifemi wa pa phone ka konsum visito generate. Seriously? A lot of people decide to just ignore them. Now the Republic massacre. In fact, I went to the Republic and I told them why they chose to ignore that part. You know, an individual, he was a whistleblower, but this portion was just blatantly ignored.
So look, let me just say, allegedly, he made his own receipts, right?
So basically, the commissioners asked him that they've seen various receipts that he read, but the receipts were created by himself and signed by him alone, not the guy or person that paid for the assets. That is one. He himself alone went to the bank and deposited those monies. So there was no audit trail or no accountability as to how many items he physically and how can anyone counter that he actually took the right money. You understand? So wole nyata comme bi dite be fo wafita nata asay bulu asa bulu ye misito bonde but ndama assign ko makuro mindila wole amount ot you understand so ndesi 20,000 dilale ite daya sa 10,000 ita 10,000 in the bank account okon because audited ye motige mi yete check. So this has been questions which were asked, but he was like, trying to say that they were audit trail. I paid this, I paid that. I paid more money than anybody else. But the question is the auditing that you've done. If you say you are an accountant, also an economist, there are basic information that you've got to have a receipt book with serial numbers. And if you take money from someone, the other person that you took from should sign to confirm that they've paid you that money. But in need that will create a commission
well, that, allegedly, let's use allegedly, but not that's criminal. That's itself is criminal.
Well, it's questionable whether that is the case. Witness is an open whatever. But then how can anybody accept that? Because evidence again me I can go account assign the boy or could mean dealer. It will receive it contact a bank. So it could man cash so they in the bank.
But yalo maram san inde sometimes Gambia go kudol moja kamonda velko talin. Because Gambia kusifal kekeje sometimes is even difficult for pro sondomoya ta. So difficult to comprehend, really, isn't it? It's out of the ordinary. Extraordinary things like a banko kan. Completely out of the ordinary. Really. Ika kusifa dol moja is shocking. Yeah, because I understand.
But I have picked that up and I'm still listening because I want to know what is happening because a lot of people are putting their mind and thinking you people go calling in Kono. So every time.
No. In fact, wale diamo from Warandibake. So when they realized that so far there were a lot of expectation for this assets issue, UDP got their hands dirty all over it. At the highest level, they thought Alhaji Ousainou Darboe was going to be implicated. And, so when they realized that now, okay, so far we haven't seen them, that the whole thing faded away. Now you don't even hear the discussion on the assets issue,
Absolutely.
It's that they have shifted the discussion to the local government commissions now.
It's looking quite damaging in Our Lady.
But
the other ones we see hopefully how it will wrap up.
Yeah, that some of those things are indefensible. You can't.
Irregularities, unfortunately.
Yeah, you can't. But anyway, we wish Gala all the best Wednesday.
Inshallah, no problem.
Abaraka Madam Sane, thank you. Jack, you are the next person to speak. Jack, Bijelewa. Okay, Nin Jack Mandiamo, I'll drop Jack. I don't understand how somebody can come to the platform. And Imandiamo. So my sister might come out at television so far. Then the rest have dropped. So now to the so I think we have to come and wrap up the show. For now, but it just all be dropped. So we can just wrap up the show. Thank you so much. I'm just going to do a recap. Galankol be protest kela on Wednesday in Arabalungo. Me diamla moli funti ye danku galala. Eko tilimbaliani jenkomen be banko kan wolan corruption oti. Ne alon abe faring Adama Barrow man sekondale tap scandal upon scandal even you Russia tulukuo minister fula implicated je menketa Ablai Jobti Ndobin former petroleum minister ya implicate jele. Yoro Jallo, the managing director of Gambia Petroleum, Fanang, ato fundita jele. And in Ablai Sanya, the current interim minister, Gala should demand in their placards for these two ministers to be fired. But Adama Barrow doesn't care about corruption. All Adama Barrow cares about loyalty to his NPP. It's a Gambia nafulobe sunya, Yanju Njaj, Mendiate, but as long as you want to be like Demba Sabali, get the loudest mouth to go after the opposition, he will leave you there. And Ahmad Bah, we've got allegedly, I'm going to emphasize, Ahmad Bah allegedly bought a property in the United States through a bank account in Dubai. We got this information. Allegedly, maybe one day, all these things will surface. There is enormous level of corruption in this government. But in Ibodaji, Walana Barrow doesn't want to leave because Barrow bulo notale. Loham defa tilim. So Lolota dina def kom Makisal. Makisal bugutu na gina. Because Makisal hamona ne loham be setut. Any leader bo hamne, mungi buga tog, du buga wacha, loham be dugana si diutir, tahana dutir. Lolu mo dal Adama Barrow. Adama Barrow corruption bi dugana si nguuram bi ñoom yépp am nañ alal fu mu nekk nii they have got houses léegi dañ doy def turi seen boppa dañoo def turi members of their family try to beat the system waaye Amat Bah dañ dégg si xibaar yi maa ngi try pour jot si kayit yi waaye ba léegi jotuma su ma ko jotee rek dinaa ko publish Facebook nga xam nga ne suma wax man su ma jotee kayit bi mucc aga suma loxo waaye wax nañ ma ne Amat Bah allegedly lu tax maa ngi wax allegedly because gisuma evidence ok ñu ne dafa jënd kër in America xam nga ban bor la jënd America waaye ñu ne transaction bi daf ko jaarale Dubai pour fake nit yi to one of the bank accounts there so all these things ñi yëpp am nañ xaalis they are all filthy rich fu mu nekk nii commencé Adama Barrow mooy ndeyin bi la bi am na alal bu bari Fatou Bah Barrow léegi am na alal bu bari allegedly ñu ne Fatou Bah Barrow sax jëndal Angleterre fi kër ok boobu tamit teguma si evidence waaye am na kuma call ne am na kër Angleterre so ñii lii moo dee ta Africa moom doo dee wàll politician yi léegi nañ war a gestu even this opposition nañ leen xool kañ la ñu jël nguur gi neex laameñ taxut ñu jox la nguur gi we should be more intelligent than that Gambia nag we saw Dr. Cissé here kan moo gën a neex Dr. Ismaila Cissé mbare ndimo wotumo funding kewulu iba folo oh these are the kind of leaders that we need because Gambian wolu fonyo le kantolo samba fonyo ndiran wala ka Gambian samba iba folo wotumo now we have got these young people smart wan Dr. Cissé labanta minto Dr. Cissé briye moto diala rek ayala dignity wafi 2020 manena ay CA mota wafi ay di Adama Barrow say CA from nafata CA la is just there on paper but it all they are doing campaign wala nañu young politician olu ali ngela ko lu gestu de ma foko young politician man Sénégal don't make me wrong but young politician olu ika hadumele jama ika fenkale momo na tajan anu Gambia the big na Achilles heel mu ñu land issues land reforms any serious government will come and see ika ñu scandal jamaje aka plot of land most of these people because they are greedy. Some of them can have 3 or 4 or 5 plus why doing MC Lulu, they want to have more. Si boba rek nga duga sa bopa si tohin dona. For amanda all of bobo set na. You know. So I'm gonna man try rek. Okay? So let's respond massively to the Gala protest. Somebody commented, and I hope the youths will come out and support. Gala sumaje ay hundreds of new gainer. Conversion Gambia lo ñu dina xam ne Gambia ni pare wuñ. Thousands of youths ñoo war a génn si dëkk boobu noonu woon seen naxari Wednesday la is 2 hours waaye diggante 2 hours boobu I think from 11 to 1:30 xawma you know so you can do a lot even though they are trying to restrict you the number of people who will be allowed to present the petition xam nga li yëpp it's unnecessary but they try to do crowd control xam nga bare mo kana sila itaji quand même fo police holu ye même fo may camera ye wum counter intelligence de kamaneke kabri ya jemela tami ka kale police holu be system ko ne kamel bule be moil call diaspora jang he alla molu ikoni fundere teninte so ni même fo rek ikal silendele is counter intelligence they try to make you scared ikal silande ba tout nara kalaji altaji ale funti ale la protection funti ndijam ale la permit funti ndi ale Adama Barrow ngalonde hani million protests like a Gambia Adama Barrow barako manaka to fight against corruption that's not part of Adama kany ate blind loyalty yadi yala you know hani mbarin muso nyomingo bi naka kasaw NPP Adama sa welcome that's Adama you can tell UDP fanan tumi walla and we have to watch the space on that because UDP fanan momo joint rek nga celebrate but ngale nali yaji ko UDP dol karantale sayi o kusifal nge talale ga hagro to baga nim men ko inata UDP just walk but wo red carpet ka dila jang fenkede UDP ñu legi gena na ci lolu because aduna bes bu neka every time da nga wara jang e ka karane moy na UDP rek nga red carpet dia lolu stop nañ ko do len ko so len ko waxuma le do len ko gisati de why man yaakaar ma ne da ngeen ko gisati because kilifa yi xam nañ am na ñoo xam ne dañu bëgg UDP as a ladder pour ñu am what recognition ñu ràññaale leen si biir nit yi Adama Barrow ye kalamuta because UDP mashallah a darajo warata so ni mo mona da UDP ito farman sa daje rek ite ka community ila price tag high. So NPP ngole commande duna dusano ye commande duna haji banu suso hoye commande duma ay kodo dila rek ifana eta jana lolu legi ñun we are not going to increase the momola price tag ka fula jam ñoo bañ ku buga am price tag demal si doy alta doy price tag dela wala alta parti doldo bari UDP ñun janganan ci ni momo nata be do ko kala yamol sama parti ko so ñim birth certificate registration o me alanko look Bantaba, I don't reveal anything here that is not credible. Let me make it clear. Li nekut platform in Mbojombojo. Tutu ma ben platform, why be platform B nekut platform in Mbojombojo de. Ndol bugana jare ka wuri ka fenketen. Me program la kibaro nata. This birth certificate too is something real. They want to give birth certificates. They want to give birth certificate outside the country. And the idea behind it is going to be a pathway for, to citizenship. Pathway for them to get voters card. So this is credible information. Mo me kibaro dena is within them. Ñu leka kibaro bondi me yalon ko bantaba ke soto. Fengo kibaro fo jang. Momo kanamere ko sewu seleka kuma fo is credible information. Birth certificate ilaftata these certain countries, not all countries, targeted countries. Well, we are trying to expose them because many of them are exposed. They are exposed to mando ba stop lal. Bao kulona fundita manza kuna kurumo ibukala fi tenkere. So banda banka kuma fale jang ntol buka chahan ñun amuñu fi chahan. All right, kibari da ñoo fi because there are whistleblowers in the system that trust UDP online bantaba. Am nañ yaakar ci Sehu Sedini. Ne Sehu Sedini lu mako wax be ci baamel bi. Du ko wax ken because we protect our sources. All right, we are not loose cannons, super kanja mouth like Adama Barrow. Game nyambi super kanja la amul sutura. Lolo ta mu dem expose Fabakary Tombong Jatta. Loko wax ci biir office bi. Su demee be lekk benn ci be suur su demee ci xew bi dina ko wax. Ñepp xam nañ Adama Barrow ci loolu. Lolo ta ñu mu def interview dine moom dañ ko jox téere bu def ko ci boppi néew yi. Adama moo ko wax NPP gars yi dañ ko jox microphone te Adama Barrow lu gën a dangereux moo nga jox ko microphone. Waxi ñoradi dina ko fa wax. All right, so li yëpp dina ko Hadijatu Kinte yaa ma call si danga war a dugga si lifin bi. Hadijatu Kinte maa ngi Bantaba.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so lii la ma end programme bi fii. Okay. Hadijatu Kinte yaa ma call No, dama foog ne danga bëgg contribute ci programme bi maa ngi laa wax ne dugal si
ma wàññi bi waaw mun naa contribute because ñu ngi Juka Clean Beauty ñu ngi def fundraising bi.
No, waaye gaa ñu nekk si TikTok dégguñ la nag ñu nekk Facebook rek ñoo laa dégga.
ñu ci TikTok bi duñu dégga okay.
Because yaa ngi
ñu ngi Juka Clean Beauty. So pour ñu ngi def fundraising anything lu am ñu ngi amee wave ñu nekk fi US bi wala anywhere mun nañoo contact ñu jox leen number boo xam
pour gaay gala yi lañ xanaa.
Waaw pour gaay gala yi pour ndox ak lekka.
Okay dinaa ko wax so léegi yéen a ngi live si Juka Beauty bi yeah.
Waaw Juka Clean Beauty bi ñu fa right now.
Okay dinaa wax gaay ñu dem déglu leen because man sama ngi wrap up dinaa wax gaay ñu dem follow leen foofu noonu.
Waaw ba pare tamit any contribution rek pañoon ko rek ñu ñoo leen call par mo pour tamit nga announce ñu ko foofu.
Okay loolu dinaa ko fi announce waaw jërëjëf.
Waaw thank you.
Okay mbaade ngolo Hadijatu Kinte ka men fo jang comme galankolu bale nga fo jang because TikTok atole misla Hadijatu Kinte BMG wala call ke call right now they are on Juka Beauty Cleaning Malong ilawo platform. They are live on TikTok but they are doing fundraising. Ila fita ñi galankol le mako la jioto pour ka fengol sang so Juka Sise wala wave momo la fita but right now they are live so nim program about altaji ale la momo la fita contribution of please help them and give a contribution because protest of mandia domorol jana jiolu rumel bitale je protesters all so that can be our to control diaspora about on the ground so go and listen to Juka's TikTok right now control. We are wrapping up right now. Go there and you will get more information. So they are trying to raise funds. The funds raised the protest of Gala. Nyomin call nak alkodo bondi. Nyomin call alkodo bondi de. Nyomin call alkodo bondi. Nyomin call al contribution ke juko wala fenko do Gala protest. Ngane nyomin ka kilina jabe njibe kanjang. So maybe ate ba fola nyomin ka doli en alkodo bondi. Nyomin call. Ko de bondo altano molti. Imagine fatsen nani listoro mahani man nyomin ka kilinto moyji. Nyomin ka kilimato be fatsen na rajane ka mol tentu. Mahani nyomi ga to moyji alla nyomi ga ke wame be heltingi Finland nyomi is dry o muto yaade nyomi is dry de nyomi la jilla nyomi ga is pass grave. So they share the link in the Gala group. Thank you, Binda Sedi. Thank you. Binda Sedi defana me Gala group okono. Yo alabe albe kafuje de Gala is serious. Yo, the guy who was he's here, Samsar, he just joined. This is the guy who went to Gamsa Bopa, trying to twist my words. I was explaining his position here. He just entered right now. I'm just watching him. Just because I just saw him enter. Maybe I've been on Palantir Road, so I don't know. Yalong Gambia, alinga serious. You know, me, one thing I don't have, I have zero tolerance on. You try to twist my words. Look, I'm very responsible. I'm not going to go to a platform and say, even if somebody steals $5 from the Gambia, it's not serious. Corruption is corruption. But when people are explaining context, Gambia no equal gui equal dahar. So this guy was trying to provoke me. He started writing in the comment section. Oh, Sehu said, I never knew there is small or big corruption. But I said a lot of things there. He only focused on that. What I said, I'm going to repeat here. And I'm not going to be shy away from saying it. I said, even Hadija Tukintil asked me the question. When she asked me the question, what is my reaction to this alleged corruption involving the BCC mayor? We know that Rahim Aliklo is UDP. And I said here, even my show, I told me program Lamoy. I said, I am not going to defend any UDP officials allegedly indicted by any corruption through the local service commission. You go and defend yourself. In fact, I will join the people calling for accountability. How many times did I say that on Bantaba all these days? I even said so far, all our municipalities, all of our local government, well, landing hasn't gone yet to testify. KMC is clean because KMC, they only flag up, okay, even though Talib needs to go yet, but they have, the FPAC has just flagged up the vouchers, the meeting vouchers, 7.6 million. And Talib, in the interview on Kerfado and Memi said, they will provide us within 70 days. If Talib is indicted, yes, he will also be called out. I say Brikama is out of the equation. But you know why these people are not focusing on Brikama? You see the hypocrisy of these people here in the diaspora. It's so easy to see. Do you hear them talking about Brikama Area Council in this corruption scandal? Because the person who was there was Sirifo Sonko, who is NPP, is not UDP. If it was UDP, they would be all over it. Okay? So, I say so far is 1 out of 4. How can they then try to generalize, say, oh, UDP has failed the local government? Because the others have not been indicted yet. Banjul is indicted, but it's 1 out of 4 so far. Wait until if all the 4 local government UDP-led councils are indicted, then you can make a general statement that we should not trust UDP. But just like the assets issue, they took to the airwaves. When they heard about the assets issue, they went TikTok live and thinking that they won lottery because they thought UDP officials are indicted. When as soon as that faded away, now they don't talk about it. So this guy, Mr. Sar, you can join me. I'm not backbiting you. I'm not going to backbite you because you went and took my statement out of context. Say who said it, I didn't know that there's small business. Look, even in the judiciary world, judges do give whatever, severe sentences and lighter sentences. In terms of media attention, what would carry more attention if somebody allegedly embezzled $100,000 and somebody who embezzled 5 million? The one with 5 million will catch more attention, but that doesn't mean that both of them are not corruption. That's what I said. I said there are platforms here, the anti-UDP platforms, man, I call them, whoever doesn't believe, they are anti-UDP platforms here. And it's so evident. You will see who the people who will gang up there are the anti-UDP folks. And they focus on talking about Rohim Ali Klo, but you don't hear them talking about Ndobin, who is involved in the $30 million scandal, and Joro Jallo, who NRP MP came and authoritatively said, even Watson Gambia said it. This is why I have respect for Watson Gambia. Because Watson Gambia focus on all this corruption. They don't only focus on UDP. They focus on government. Where they see smoking gun affecting UDP, they write. You see, when you are a media platform, you have to show neutrality. You have to show neutrality. And when people flag this up, people get angry because every Gambians don't want to be criticized. It's in us. Gambians don't want to be criticized. So this is the problem I have. So when I go to platforms, I'm very responsible. That's why I lost my composure, because this guy came and only picked on, and probably he saw UDP logo on mine, because they get agitated with anything with UDP. These people like is something like man, I don't know what UDP has done to these people. Because UDP, if anything, suffered for that country. UDP is the one that liberated that country. The level of contribution that UDP did, none of these political parties did. I can say that here. But when they hear you, UDP or whatever, they agitate. Come on. Oh, supposedly you're trying to downplay corruption. Why would I downplay corruption? I spent all my time here when I was on freedom. Everybody knows that I don't have a zero tolerance towards corruption. And I am not going to defend any UDP official, because when we elected you, we supported you, we thought you will go and do in your administration of a duty, you will not be involved in any alleged corruption practice. If anybody is involved in alleged corruption practice, and say will even come out and demand accountability. So why UDP demand mere numerema? Yes, if any UDP member is involved in alleged corruption, feed in akowa. Madega kan moma wax ne warulo ko wax. Because if I am going to hold the government accountable, I should hold UDP accountable as well. But Manbedega, this guy had my comment, munge twist suma wax bi. Hamga, this is what I don't like. You twist my words just because you have something against United Democratic Party. That's your damn business. It's not a force that you have to support UDP. Just like my brother, in this struggle, ma setan. Mone legi gena na si politics. Why mom time gena si politics? Coincidentally, feka the leader of Sobea mungi involved in scandal. Why bo Alaji Usenu da was his small brother the next day he wrote 3 pages on Facebook. Dema mangla ron jofi, de nago wasa kanam. 3 pages la binda. Why legi land scandal bere la kero mudem baro must go. Bindu de, binangu de si affaire esade. Mune mom de for resign. This is not Gambia. It's good to predict people's intentions. However you hide them, intention. Man say who said it, let me tell you, yalla mayna madara. You can say all things about me. Domade gawa di judge anybody there. Wanako Kerosibena life. Dr. Alamin Samate. I was one of the first people to flag him up here when he was appointed minister. Nobody knew God on support. Even after Modern National Assembly, man, hey, this guy is playing gimmicks. I'm not nyuma don't attack FISA. Mbokami. I'm not nyoma because they are from Bakau. I'm not Kenasi nyom sa nyona call me apologize because time bobu no koko def madan attack. Suma affaire Dr. Alamin Samate. Man dama dey use, I think outside the box. Okay, so the thing is, but if I form a position about somebody or an institution, it's just a matter of time. These intentions don't hide. People can pretend. However long you'll be found out. However you pretend, one day people will know your true colors. It's just a matter of time. And that is what happened. That's why when I make a proclamation about somebody, I don't rush. There's something that I don't rush about things. Even these ministers. Have you ever seen me make a perception about the Minister of Higher Education? Minister of Higher Education, what is his name again? Because that guy, I have respect for him. Have you ever heard me criticize him here? But he's also a Baro minister. Because so far, what I know, he's a decent guy. He's not involved in Barola and Tapaleyaku. I have not heard any corruption. He is one of the clean ministers of Adam Barola government so far. Namana any scandal court, and he's doing his job. I will never mention his name. I don't pick just because I want to criticize people, just because I have a disagreement with you. I make needful. I look at you. Behind the scene, I will look at it and see. And look, my brother is here. When Alhaji Ousainou Darboe made a comment about Sarafule, the next day he wrote 2 paragraphs. But so far, he hasn't written paragraph at Essa Faal. What is good for the goose should be good for the gander if you are an independent. You're going to bokolo siben party. Why should UDP binda nga binda? Nga gawa gantu binda. But the other day, he was on Barrow Media platform. When they asked him, I was there, I'm going to continue money mob definitely for buy politics. This needs sa ene. You can try to pretend. You can try to play gimmicks with people. Yeah, Per Gomez, Minister of Higher Education, thank you. He's a decent guy. So far, he is doing his job. And that baro la nyin Demba Sabali wol la nyin Kalanta ya to, and Ibrahim Silla wolu. Ibrahim Silla is my brother. How many times do I criticize him? If I'm going to support anybody in Barola government, I will start with Ibrahim Silla. I will defend him. Nimbadi yalom, Ibrahim Silla le defender. You understand? But Per Gomez, Professor Per Gomez is doing great. Amobe olone. You understand? Adate nyin mansa kundala nyin Kalanta ya dia moto teng. Bari yalon jang cherry picking the bejang. In diaspora and cherry picking. You know what? One rule for one rule for another. It's just like when Alhaji Ousainou Darboe's daughter applied for that land and the wife. But right now they are giving soft attention to Esalani scandal. How many of them are talking about it? You see the bias that I'm talking about? Then go up banner fan rek new fateko. The next day they move on. But Alhaji Ousainou Darboe I'm getting like whole week. Hey, fee can do for fee. Alhaji Ousainou Darboe am jël nañ ko 1 week bar bu esa bi paté nañ ko demba lañ ko discuss jéxal na. You call that fairness? Bantaba, we are here to call out people because ñun duñ fi tok Gambia ñun ñoo leen fa am ku def yefi biasness dinañ ko wax so ñoo saga nga saga ñu ñun duñ saga kenn de ku man ku ma bëgg saga nga saga ma. Well, lolu mean I'm not going to expose the hypocrisy. Alhaji Ousainou Darboe la asset ko ya fo jane 1 week. This asset, Alhaji Ousainou Darboe land issue, that time we were in Barcelona with Pabi when this issue came out. And it carried on for almost 1 month. But SRB, how many times are they going to discuss SLA scandal on you? The unethical behavior that SFL got involved in because he was lead counsel and then he was going behind the scene to discuss private transaction with President Barrow. If that is not unethical, what else will be unethical? How many of them will they talk about that for the whole week? No. Discuss Nanko Benade, they move on. You know what? We know your true callers. We can't be fooled. We are brains. We are smart. You're smart. You haven't got better exam results than us when it comes to education. All right? Yalla, definitely your 5 common senses. No. You have your favorites. We know that. But say it. You know what I would expect? Come out and say that Kimo is my favorite. I will respect you. All right? And when you are independent, there are few people here who are independent that I have respect for. And I said, Momodou Ndao was my friend. Momodou Ndao is truly independent. Even though he criticized UDP. But Momodou Ndao, even Teisamunge criticized Demba Ali Jao. When about Batambedo. Go and read his post. Momodou Ndao, he's fair. Demokore wafi. Nyanjai, he does objective analysis across the board. But some of these so-called independents, we know they have their preferences, but they come out and say, man, bokuma fen. Tell all is not fair to consent. Come and tell people, the man ki aferi ki moma ne. Balangan sonal sa bopa. Free your mind. Come and tell people, the man ki la buga. Lolo, there is nothing to rush Lolo because I'm the right man, right? Say who say right mama am proma boka UDP, or the same right nga am. Okay? All right? So, I know I didn't see your post about Demba Sabali. I didn't see it, Mahmoud Ali Unjai. I didn't see it. Because man, right now, let me tell you one thing. I barely spend, if you look at my interaction on Facebook has reduced. I don't write many posts. Because number one, I'm too busy. I'm chairman of UK chapter. I'm part of the UDP media team. Smart Davy. I try to balance it with my work, my job, my kids, family life. But one thing I know is you hastily condemn Mr. Darboe. Why didn't you condemn SFL? However busy you are, but you come out and said, you can say, and you said, oh man, Legi, I have left politics because you are reluctant to go out and criticize the Sobeya leader, question the Sobeya leader. Because Sobeya leader, definitely, they can write as many press releases. They can choose not to discuss the matter again. That is their right, because we know they will not discuss it any longer. They will give it a passing topic. Well, if you can as Alaj Ousainou Darboe, this scandal is Alaj Ousainou Darboe, you think they will not discuss it for 2 months? Listeners all Tonya for you. If Alaj Ousainou Darboe is the one who is involved in this Malagan thing, they will discuss it for the next 3 months up to 2026. Hey, UDP Ngol, wake up. Alinga wake up. Alinga neke jamo toileti. Jamo manya kala toileti. You understand it? Mose nengo diandi nyaonya, when you are biased, it is easy to see. I don't put accusation on people without evidence. I'm evidence-based. All right? Because I'm getting intuitive judgment. I watch you from far. I keep watching your steps. When I see it, I will call it out. That is what is right. And this is the unfairness in Gambia. This is the unfair. Alaj Ousainou Darboe, the most unfairly treated politician in that country. I'm going to say that. Among all this opposition, he's the most unfairly treated politician. And this is why some of us are here to call a spade, not to call a spade a hole. I will never do that. So we have to do this. We have to treat all the oppositions equally. Yalla sadina kontansi suñu jiko. All right? But you don't try to call out on that. Yes, George Degala, if Alaj Ousainou Darboe was involved in this SFL scandal, internet big down, by now, Mamadou Alioune Munsi platforms, di wa. Dina join Barrow movement, sa. Pabisa Limota, I don't have trust in him. Limota Buguma and living. I have reservations. People say they have reservations in him. But after bit you're gonna see Esa, Bena Fallon could discuss. Today, did they carry discussing it? Did you hear it anywhere? Because they want then go kill, then go. Man, I don't even like man parenasi topic be. Wadi aferambi tamo indico fee. But earlier on, I don't discuss it because I discussed it yesterday. I don't want to discuss it because we are not like them. If Nyomla assets issue be Nujal Ajin at Natali Pabi, you know, the Fajana Nagi, the whole month, I'm not can see Nyom after we go discuss by 2026. But we are not like that. Man, maybe apart from today, I'm done in this topic. I'm not going to discuss it on Bantaba again because we are not here to drag on the focus on opposition. Wallahi, suma chogoro be rekla. Doma criticize ben opposition leader here. Why? Sometimes we cannot hold back. When I see man hangala la bugut injustice more duga si politiki Gambia. Ma wax len ko. Man, when I came over to study here, man, you hamon Gambia, I was not in politics. Well, much to say what Yaya Jammeh was doing, I could not stop my joint struggle. I hate injustice. And I'm seeing the injustice meted out on UDP, the injustice on the media, injustice meted out on Alaj Ousainou Darboe. When you go to platforms, they praise Honorable Halifa Sallah. Taylor Dega Nyang di wax ne all the coalition leaders should be held collectively accountable, and you cannot exclude Halifa Sallah from that collective responsibility. But when Halifa Sallah did right, Alaj Ousainou Darboe mo def bo. They try to create wedge in the way we assess these people. All right? Nañ buy the judgmental. Do duga si platform rek nga dega wax bi nga ko buga tuumal wax bi. Lolo ta this brother did today, and I lost my composure. Because we were having a fine debate there. I was just laughing with Gomsa Bopa. I was munge joke Hadijatu Kinde. Until Momu Dugasi, I lost the plot. That's not like me. That's unlike me. Nobody do maham. Why sometimes nit ki suñ la pousser si certain situation because am na ñoo xamne sen xol sa def they different when they see this. You can join Samsar. You can join. I'm going to accept you here. I'm going to accept you. You come on. This is a democratic platform. Yes, Mr. Sar, welcome.
Mr. Sehu said you watan before hamne agut fa.
Okay, Sinaka.
No, yanko yo before hamne what they got
Sinaka.
I cannot disrespect you so much to put words in your mouth. Lo hamne amut or lo hamne man mako tay pour dugal ko sa gemen te nenete wokela na dunia kono because I respect you in politics so much that I have people that I could invite you to come and testify that to you ko inte ila politico we nyafale. And I have yes na dana hamute
what is all of right because that's also be settled no
man so se ba gana set sa boss bi why like go ahead all of them mo gana
yo sa so se be mo gana set suma boss
si ya kemen
okay wodo nga dia mandi ka wala wodo
No, kana worry. Iba dunga fo, ni la fana nga fo suru akamola.
Yeah, no, ite a choose rek, kawo correct, you know.
No, lumala buga, no, smoke is a dogo diga. Why lumala buga wa red moy? Manyanu mayala mo toxic platform. Wala mata se agyo plus di hicho wante yo iCard. Man so gise mo ñew legi ni dafa am kuma alat ne ma yang don was ma affaire. Ya you understand? Te lolu na misunderstanding bu am si platform bi fuñ tassé won lolu tax yo nga ñew fi ni na pour clair sa bopa. Why luma la buga wax moy man luma diga lolu la wax. Yo not focus on the context you were talking on. Na man fofu la understand or man mako degi nenen. Why man luma believe moy corruption amul bu mag amul bu ndaw. Ku corrupt loko libérer moy under corruption. Ya you understand? Ndanit ki $10 la jël, ndanit ki $100 la jël, for me is both under just corruption. Man fofu rek la bëggon ñu waxtané. Why so fogene ne dama ñëwon di twist award no astaghfirullah lolu man duma la ko mos di def because ak nu munti di mel man mosuma tassé yo ci platform ñuy discuss avec politics dama la dé déglu a lot depuis time pandéri man du nekku de té la déglu de depuis time nakale ko daan OS civil education bo daan def every Tuesday man mosut ma raw ya you understand man duma dof sew man I know somebody who is smart intelligent and somebody honest. Wow.
Okay, hanga Mr. Sar, yange ñew fi mang la bay nga wax, and this is how democratic this platform is. Despite our argument. Okay, haraman dama wax la. Xam nga wax nga ne xejna yow lolu nga ko understand. What I think common sense would have run so duga si waxtaan. Da nga laajte say how do you mean by this? Can you please explain?
Si baba paral ma de doguma la. Si baba mu ngi ni sama ko gis duga sina. Few months ago mo wala ben story fi rek.
Why si baba sa defa wara ñew because si baba mu ne mom legi NPP la. Man lolu daf ma jaaxal.
Su fekkene si baba have a very good memory. Man duga na si platform ma tassé fa si baba. E na mom su faté man faté mom am ben boy bu fa duga si. Ko xamne he was against the UDP. Mu ne Sehu Seydi li sa dañ ko jox diplomatic passport. Mu ngi profit from the diplomatic passport. Maneko the last time I heard from Sehu Seydi mungi amé British passport so Sehu Seydi lan la mo doy diplomatic passport be pare yo diplomatic passport boy accuse ni Sehu Seydi can you prove it?
No how can Barrow's government give me diplomatic passport? How can they give me when I'm not even supporting NPP? Yeah, I don't need it.
Why Sehu su fekkene nak man dama la lalte because gis na ne affaire na hari na la. Why I didn't mean it to be that way. Man Luma don't try to bring down red money. Corruption for me is corruption. That 30 million la, 10 million la is both under corruption. That was just my point.
No, allow me to speak. Mr. Sar.
Okay.
If I had said, why are people complaining about Rohi's corruption is 20, but the Russian oil is 30 million, they should be more worried about the 30 million. Yes, then contextually, such statement will pass the test of time. Why you're in fact, mandama duga si waxtaan bi, then ñu ngi affaire gala. Hadijatu moma laajte, hey, yo yellow fever dinañ laal sa meyo bi de because ñu ngi investigate Hadijatu dinañ maneko. You guys should go ahead because man suma bopa gana demba rek la do banta ba fi ne mangé dega from what I'm hearing from BCC this is serious why man duma defend any UDP official ko xamni tumal lañ ci corruption fi la ko wax okay so luma do wax am na platforms you xamne fi waxi rohi lobby ñu ko discuss 2 or 3 days why do you discuss affaire Yolo Jallow duñ discuss affaire Job Ablay Job the petroleum minister who is now the tourism minister te Ablay Sanyang ak minister bobu they have implicated them in $30 million oil scandal Russian oil National Assembly module Luta platforms are not making that big issue but they are making Rohilo Bosan which is $20 million maneko media bias because this one has in terms of scandal. Let me tell you, $30 million scandal, Mr. Sar, at 20 million, which one attract the media more in terms of magnitude? I'm not saying that both are not corruption, but this is the biggest scandal. Okay? This is the biggest scandal. Lolado was money because Sufekene Yoro Jallo was UDP, didn't go on discuss. Sufekene Ablay Sanya was UDP, didn't go discuss. Because Rohi Mali close affiliation with UDP, that's why they jumped to discuss it. That's what I said.
Okay.
So yo, you know, harama pare, yo nga ñew si comment section before nga njëkka comment ma yo ñu ngi ma clarify la ne I don't mean that, and you were insisting we had you yaa ngi insist na loola, and when you join the program you didn't even explain contextually lan laa wax ne ñoom UDP officials suñu defee indict corruption man duma leen defend xam nga loolu wax naa ko waaye yow da nga ñëw rek when you join, you did not lament on that, did you? Objectively, if you're gonna be fair, you're gonna say, okay, no, hold on. You could have said, who yes, deganane, yange wahne, no different many UTP, why bita wahnalako. But you're gonna lal only decide to portray me as somebody who is trying to undervalue Rohilo's corruption. Why would I undervalue Rohilo's corruption? Because corruption la. Whether it's 10 million or 5 million, but I'm calling out platforms. You get discuss they are paying greater attention to that, but they are not paying attention on Ablaye because Ablaye possibly wa Banjola. They don't want to talk about him. There is so much favoritism here. Rohilo is wa Banjul, but Rohilo is UDP. So they can conveniently talk about Rohilo, but Yoro Jallo GMC ko hamne defa jay Hamadi to the National Assembly members. I don't know whether you heard that story. He tried to rebuke the National Assembly members. The media is not talking about Yoro Jallo, GMC managing director. Some of these platforms who are doing this so-called scrutinization, yes, they can scrutinize, but they have biased scrutinization. Mr. Sar. Maybe understand Uloma. So this is why I said, this is the thing, you know? So are we on the same page? Yeah.
You were just downplaying.
No, the Mamusa downplay corruption. No.
Okay.
I would never do that.
Understanding,
yeah.
But I want you also to rectify something here because man kuma call.
Wow.
Platform bit of my one netami. I'm not your netami couldn't work about these backway boys.
Man.
Wow.
Kula okay, kula jotale wax bi la wa.
Wow, because igna mom tamit dafa mix of things.
No, hamna ne ñu dé jotalante message yu gaay ñom they are the dangerous people on this line. Ñoo jotalante message. Why no degluma kula joxe watal bi su fekkene dafa fen dina wax ne dafa fen wax la wax. Mbalo na le ko because ndenga même fo ntele ngalo. Okay, afo.
Okay. So, ateko nyeloko ye kumale fo bagwe mo leva ngai konte. Ndela dunia kono. I never comment on bagwe people because ndeme sambana Europe, ndema mpaso joy na haji tije. How can I comment bad things about bagwe? Ka foko fo itele ya foko ite nata nim plenola, bagwe boy so nata nim kulungola.
Okay. Mr. Sar, I wish. Wait a minute. Okay.
Just give me a minute.
Yeah. Please.
So I'm a few media la. Mom no understand it that make this wrong.
Yeah.
Why mom dafa phone you were trying to associate that backway kumo ya mo dami malo ya mo muntole. Bari 150% in Al Qur'ano temani ala tema. Nje backway ko nje buka kacha because na haji tije. You understand? So if you were trying to associate me to the backway boys, I think that one you should apologize to me because there is no media here that can bring out my comment or my voice about backway people.
Mr. Sar, madenge makoi fango. Yalong me kibaro di la faina se who said he apologize. Yale kondeng apology ka fay ko. Anu tumana maribe la mekang. Yalong nyulle ka nafika ya ke mol tema. Yano nafika is a very dangerous thing because ite kuma moy iman call ke kanyin karo ke ka mo call do me ka fay ko. My understanding is this guy is trying to ntemantere tell back we let me make it up. Babel wole diamuta kunu platform to ay nasty statement for ako UDP boys holu mo jamal beje Babel member sobea wala yafo ako most of these UDP boys they are backway boys imang namanan dum plenola so me wala address kan. That comment has nothing to do with you. So what make kibaro for ye afay naman na apologize nte hako tulay for next war because man la fi kan ka la mola ni man la mola e nyanta na la le nyinin karoke ngamo la be bako e fokam bara be nyal so yalo nyimol men ke kibaro di ñu le fon ka Gambia tay same on this person because I was ndengalon ne ko ite man diamu Bakwel, and then Itala Diamo was about this corruption. So why would I be so irresponsible? This man, this person is completely off the hook. What is wrong with some of these Gambians? Duma Diamulal, yete call, I feel like misinformation or deal. I find now apologize. Now that is a decent Muslim.
Yeah, okay.
Sad. So now it's clear to you, it's not about you. Program or doleketa. Programme dole ke dafa won defo nga moy jumal la plateforme to kunun bambas na colleague lebe live defo ma brim babel be wo folante ma moy so nga moy bambas la programme to ba foka fo hadija to kinte fo ni hadija to kinte na me programme ate fo kam fatala e babel law comment to address nko definitely is very irresponsible. You want to make condescending remarks about more circumstances. Juma more nin ala ko ibina na Europe backway lebina na ntese jutu backway boys wala juma la nyata jutu la backway because this backway boys e menke jan struggle kono contribute GDF mo jama be make nin backway boys wala kila bureau le bondi but it just because you enter plane to come here you feel you are more superior to these people. Can he tell Gambians how he came to England? So Lafra Mr. Sar I want to respect. I really have great respect for you. If I also approach you in a wrong way, I do apologize to you. Now that we are on the same page, it was just one bad moment between us, and I thank you so much for the courage to come here, Diam. And I also want to apologize to you if I misjudge your statement on Gomsa Bopala platform. Okay, but after me kibaro foye, after go, no. No, you are a gentleman because Nimmo Dolom, if I don't sit down on a life, young attack. You understand? You could have done that.
Me, I don't open life. I don't need that. Why should I attack?
No, but in Kafole, if I don't sound no, you models have no say who said you better come over a matter for another life, not attack. Yeah, it's okay, no.
Say who said you will be surprised how much we know each other.
Gambia is small, Sam. So honestly, I really apologize to you for what.
My brother, the same father and mother, the same Nusat High School.
Oh,
brother, Gambia High School.
Gambia is small. Gambia is small.
Gambia is small, my brother. You know?
Yeah, but backway boys only look kumo man. After Maria no, he got it wrong.
To tell you that
no, I totally wrong. But it's great that we have this conversation. So thank you, Sam. Thank you. No, I'm also sorry if I offend you. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Abandala, man fancy, abaraka. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, Mbadingolo, Gambia is small, and so Mr. Sar, and you understand. It was miscommunication between Aninte on Gomsa Bopala platform, but Aliajele gentleman olga be tenne. And Ndeboka Femutankono, and I definitely he's a nice gentleman. And I really admire his honesty coming to Bantaba to tell me this and ask me. So, me kibaro diala alinga hakilotu. So, jotale kibar dala defla wara or because munga se am aha. So, vegene dala relut la kuman seniela nyinin karoke. But ite momo la platform da kole ikateka home ko ngamera be like hakolom nga se am bakar. Even if you say a fog na munga se am bakar. The bagar bobu no so la se hu se li jegalut in wo junu boko da kaburo ko non ndeta lon jumalo nyi da bigo teta folan nyi but me ya call duma a junu bolo soto no ni atra mole ya call is sad, but let's move on. Yes, Jojo, well, I'm not need we has the back with boys man buma degas. I'm so disappointed because this nga Gambiani, some of us billahi di disrespect need di heblo need. Yo, in fact, what is so special about Duga plane? Ñun Gambian ñun ñoo jappa yefi Duga plane or something. Tuba bi amna ñoo xamne fi du ñoo bëgg Duga plane sax. Comme lu ma doon wax fi Gambian su amé British passport or European passport, mu ne dafa fogg ne mom dafa dem gis Yalla. Tuba bi dañoo am seen passport yu dox. But this ego, man dama plane, dama Duga plane Gambia ñoo fi and so what? Do ñoo nga netale Gambian si, yow naka nga ñëw Europe? Well, tell us your story. At least backway boys, and these backway boys, I respect them. One day they held a program. Bambas, they were all explaining how they enter Europe. They had nothing to hide. In fact, that day they were having a comment. For one thing along Bambas, not a backway la, and in Dibachaku, Namana along. But they came out openly to explain how they went to Tripoli. In fact, Madam Sane, I remember bringing that disaster keta gas explosion keta Gambian ol me alon ko model lom fo ngamela fo Libya lombang. They were explaining Mujama Baramataji. Okay. So these backway boys came upline TikTok, they were explaining their story because they have nothing to hide. But you have one bad person who think that Kadum plane or Duga plane is so mighty, so special. New UDP supporters see backway boys, you know. So Lord Ramane, UDP backway boys in the Kylan join UDP because guy you are not important. Nyun we need you. Okay? But the model ka kuma sifal for jan TikTok auto. Alinga hakilot. Okay? Yes, Bambas, you guys explain your story because you have nothing to hide. Okay? Money. The end justifies the means. Amna ñoo xamne yalla def leen worsak ñu ñëw fi easy. Amna ñoo xamne dañoo dugg ci jaar jaar. Even Lansonko was explaining his story when he went through traveling through Africa. But alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. All right. Circumstances so mbe wala fo kan jarek so ndemanda fena. Ni ano yeta life yele sama yen neng. Nteman care because most of this life from Bukalbe. But in teka gamino la hypocrisy level, double standard and UDP in tolte tarlajang ika UDP la leader muta ike unfairly treat even young brother young ya fole ako the bias ako malay mu word la use malafika code media ika UDP it's so evidential. Look at this scandal with SFL aliamo min dole kadenki. Which platform is talking about it now? Benafan rek lañ ko discuss faté nañ ko. But alaju seno da bossam de dañ ko discuss 1 month. And you think that is fair? Why didn't you carry out discussing SFL's issue today and tomorrow and Elik? Why did you just forget about it today? Because you don't want to offend Sobeya people. But you want to offend UDP. Elik scandal on Alaju Senodabo, you want to discuss it for 1 month, 2 months. We can't afford fee. Wala nango UDP nkolu. Ala le fongol kalamolong. Al nyanta lo nalbe dunna dameng ala dundula long. Ne momal la fi la ka ñingo jele xam nga di waswasin nit bo xamne daf la sim rek ka jele fe bara sonno motete iñandalo na you should be able to read from afar. Okay, momen ka jele fe ani mome yalon ko aka fam pretend yale so ala yede la nte na brain ka work le ma fa modo la brain ka work de but nte nka mol figure out journal Nisa tara diamola nge figure out what sort of person you are. You think you are just fooling me. No, that is not me. Let's say we say really nga psychology karana. I study human psychology. Nga kara university le. Menka fo jan. Ni hada madi ngon katara kachala. Ibu kalon ko ngela mind rile ngelo ne mu mo sifa menti. Abebe mbulo kono jang. Isina ye kuma dimal fo ni yen ya ko ye mole yalon ko respect le. Bara certain things psychologically nge figure out who you are. Bari yalon narra nun tek kumul fo janne. Me yalon ko alaju aliou mamon dia yo mom da nga gaaw ci yefi yalla ni bul tabatu ga ci lolu Gambien dañ gaaw ci lolu yefi yalla xamna ne yalla bo xam alaju mamon dia aliou mamon dia Mamadou Aliou Ndiaye luta bindulo Facebook post affaire Essa Fall dama bëgg tay ci gudi nga bindako yes bindako lu nga binda ci sarahul le ba Ousseynou bi da nga binda be pare nga dem ci plateforme di ko wax ngane li mota you don't trust the power cannot unify Gambians yako wax dega na la ngane li mota I don't trust it waye bu esa bi legi gisuma nga binda billahi Gambia dafa ne double standard bi neka Gambia man se wusé di lolo ta gaay suma affaire du neex ñu bari diko banta bala de ñu fi di expose double standard bi te ko fi def double standard ma xamne double standard ci biti la fanan dina ñew fi. Okay, so Lansongo is the oldest backway boy, according to him. Yeah, and Lansongo is a very proud backway guy, you know. So after Lola, Mamadou Dia, I'm fair to you. Dama la lakke luta nga binda si Alhaji Ousainou Darboe saraxule bi Facebook bi teg si nga dem si TikTok live di wax waaye bu Essa Faal bi man gisuma nga binda. Why? What is the reason? Xanaa da nga gom ne Essa defu dara. Essa mi nekkoon le lead counsel mu ngi investigate nit yi witness si di ñëw yow ndekete si baba ko ngata si baba bari nga si baba tabam mbato ba si baba jira si baba fane kata ta janale si baba you can send a request si baba tata janale NPP si baba tata NPP le wala njaxale nte bringo bom selo moy go Gambia le ka beje si baba me ngay baro criticize si baba le where is si baba? Si Baba, you can come back. I want to have Si Baba here. Silver Boy. Silver Boy, man, Si Baba, you know, the MPV. No, I see Baba the more than Delo. Because Si Baba, Agua you more barofi. Not gonna put a fit in NPP, sir.
Uncle Gambia, full feel of it.
Feel like Gambian politics is very interesting. Si Baba tukare si Baba murna opposition yala. NPP me fit. No, tay xamalu xew. Tay dama nekkon ci liggéey kay ma nekk ci palanteer bi ma dégg si Baba mu ngi ci live. Man first time ma dégg na ñu ne si Baba dama foog ne he was just joking. Waaye ma dégg si Baba di wax ne moom léegi he's going to do campaign for Barrow. De bare mu doon discuss affaire Essa Faal nag moom ak benn waaje gis naa Lamin Colivers Lamin was there. Man, seriously? Is si Baba NPP? With all the words why is si Baba wa fi affaire moom na delu doy sax doy. Why doy naka la nit mun a bàyyi doy nga join NPP? I cannot understand that. Yeah. Yeah.
Uncle. In Santa Yala, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alamin.
Yeah.
Then could have Uncle. Soon life friends in your way of fee. You meet us in the Europe. Yana, you know, doesn't have in your feet. Uncle. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alamin.
Santa Yala.
Santa Yala, Baba, no Korea Bago, Uncle Santa Yala, one Bagu. One transfer can sponsor my uncle. Billah or like the sponsors more, but the big guy will your fee. Yeah. Alhamdulillah, the big guy man. So when you feet away Yala me Kiri, Italy, me Kiri Jaman. Yari Kidla, Alhamdulillah.
Santa Yala.
So one down for the bag of food, but more Ragalesa. Once more face your Gambia more, just one to Salmo for the bag will offer.
Wow.
Yeah, the Moko does not play no bag with you, and I get for the kind of full of Wow. So Alhamdulillah, once more
Lolo da gis nga nit do gis nit rek nga xeb ko.
Yeah.
Xebante ye fi xeba Gambia am na ñoo xam ne dañ bëgg fi xebante ni Gambia gaaw nañ ci loolu de yow soo dugga plane lan mooy dugga plane sax waxi ñoraat yi yooyu noonu man dama dugga plane yeah, yen sen story bi is not hidden yen sen boss is out yeah
yëpp di wala ko expliqué wala tax nga rek dëgg boobu bi suñu loolu ñu ko ñu dañu fa rebel waaye dañ dëgg boobu dinañu lii ñun di suuy fii ñu dañoo pour caala amul yaa ngi dugal gaal boo xam ne dafa léegi ne lii any minute any seconds nga seetee wallahi waaye ci loolu dara tax nga rek yaa ngi gis nag di bàyyi ma dem ma dugga ma dimbale su ma waajur yi su lu gaay nekka fii sa gaay si amee xaalis sa loolu tawul sax waaye am jom boo xam ne da nga bëgg a pour nga dimbale sa
waaye Babel nag statement am boobu noonu dafa war a apologize waaye xam naa ne du apologize because gis nga nit certain comments yi politique jarul nga wax ko politique jarul ko de
oncle ñu ko sonu ko ñu ko na wa la liggéey Gambia ak ñu liggéey Gambia ko wé dafa tek lo am yu fi bagé ñu tay so sété Gambia tay nit di yu tay gannaaw yalla bagé boy la
wow
te Gambia te ban ko ñaay dem ci koñ Gambia nga koñ ku jël flight non so ko départ mo dal 500 people su bagé wi
ba pare moom dafa am chance gis nga bagé boy suñ ko déwé suñ ko talé live fi most of these boys yi nekk ci TikTok bagé boys yi la ñooñu suñ ko talé live fi mo dina bay TikTok
ki dafa yanga la ko sonal am lu ko sonal dafa bari borom am yaangi bari fi sele parce que bagé fi boy dañ ca boy dañu fi bagé within 1 year 2 years 3 years gëna ki sample dugal seen wajuri sample len defal len luñ buga so lolé len na hadi seen xol motax mu ko yanga na ci xol motax mu ko mu gëné du ko wax te ñu lolu yëngaluñu ñu lolu dañ ci kontaan su bëggé ci every day na ko waji fuñ waye mo dafa no
non foog naa loolu du ko repeatati sax I don't think loolu mo wax boobu noonu dina ko waxati ay ci loolu moom dafa recc ci gémmiñam bi rek ak na emotion bi moo tax mu wax ko am nga political emotion bi léegi daf day tax nga wax loo xam ne sax
no ko difi nga emotion da nga control sa
waaw war nga control sa wax bi de waaw dafa mel ni comme Adama Barrow bu la ñun ay baafe ñoo lañ am nga Adama tamit waxi yabaate boobu noonu
so moom dafa wax moom fu wax sax dama ñu ko war a wax diga bi nañu ko wax diga bi sax te gaay ko nekk di ko fare waaye
Mamadou Aliou Ndiaye you reach out to him nga ne ko lu mu wax rafetut na den apologize moo gën sa nit la yéen a nekk sobe yaa yow tamit sa benn tànka mu ngi sobe yaa Mamadou Aliou Ndiaye sax ma ngi laa tuumal de man la yaa ngi sa sobe yaa foog naa foofu nga jegeñ de waaye Silva boy ba jërëjëf waay thank you yeah thank you waaw jërëjëf man sa yaaga naa fii léegi tey ma dem jërëjëf thank you brother thank you good night bye bye Mamadou Aliou Ndiaye yow foog naa foofu nga jegeñ de di ko xam naa ne yudi waaye si baba laa bugg a ñëw fi ana si baba le xanaa si baba dafa daw go ali si baba kumani because si baba I'm going to do leeral si baba ko a joined NPP le no si baba fay mo na opposition yala si baba fay mo na opposition yala we will not allow that si baba you have to come back to the opposition no kanake Dr. Sise wolti woli kumol mem be fo baroma etaji ite fo kuma jamal fo baroma jang iko baroma competent baroma keten si baba no matter the disagreement in opposition that should not be a catalyst pour yeta back to the opposition next time Bantaba I would like you to come and clarify nga leral si baba lafte na leral lola jam because go back to PDIS is a decent political party you understand they may not have the numbers but they are decent so go back there yella dignity murni NPP notale si baba NPP quality nyate bulle NPP manke patik sobeti NPP corruption be farim banko kan barola man secunda corruption Apple scandal ajibe ni Russian oil scandal si baba how can you affiliate yourself to a political party with this endless corrupt scandal the Russian oil scandal alone ibe fongo bonela no woto mun dole so please come back to the opposition mediam la si baba ina mamuru nanam back to PDIS okay lafra ako lafta diam la no bari maji maybe I dropped tale so actually being keep Kenya, but so nim si baba man I'm going to terminate the program. He's at Juka's platform. Okay, maybe he's supporting Gala. Aluta boja ngamera atebe NPP la moya ko NPP is the worst political party in that country. Allah man sakuna man killing sunya robe fare man sakuna kon Allah minister fula biji oil scandal involved. Barofongo is corrupt. Yes, allegedly. Barofongo is corrupt. Allah minister corrupta. Albuko kuma kende banko baro. Alu ite you are NPP. NPP le fon corrupt APRC government ifam. Iman killing fam. NPP large. NPP is a disaster. Yeah. So si baba aman number nga blanga program kumfajan sai. So on this final note, yen ñoo xamne da ngeen di jotalante wax bay leen seen xel so ye jotalante wax dara oor la advice bobu la na jox ba pare Joko Cissé happy belated birthday to you itening Musa Sedi I was going to do this at the beginning of the program but ñinatal completely Joko Sise UK chapter la assistant fundraising na Sise ko nanko kunom na la birthday na wish na executive forum ko no ba nyanta wish la janne happy birthday anu ngejele mi be programme jibe kam alama e sima ya baake ninja de ken e lafta men alama wala yake Momod Aliou Ndiaye kon legi duma la gisate nga binda post de si UDP de because legi nga gene ci opel because bo bindu ci bu esa bi suma la gisee fi ngay binda UDP kon dinañ la ka ci TikTok bi la because yow nga ne te sa jarabaat mu ngi ni aji buga coon mu ma dega aji yow yaa ñëw aate boobu de Momod Aliou Ndiaye mu ne moom léegi bàyyi na politique bu ko bëggoon a binda si ESA so léegi su UDP dara jóge si UDP bu ma la gis nga binda dara fii de yow te loolu toogal si sa koona bi bul bindaati aji kon aji dinañu aate su because dinañu ñëw kaala fii UDP bantaba dinañ la kaa waaye am na ku ma text mu ne ma Sehu please don't talk about ESA file anymore. Leave it as it is. I'm done with ESA. I've said my piece on it. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Somebody texted me from Gambia. I think I'm almost supporter. Yako, Sehu, I like your program, but please let this pass. Don't talk about ESA. You have said whatever you want to say about him. Now let's move on to the next chapter. Because we need each other. We need to come together as an opposition. Ngala text read verbatim. We need to come together. We need to focus on Adam Obaro. No, I'm done with this as a topic. Okay? I'm done with it. I've said my piece on it. I was just exposing the hypocrisy of the platforms here. I'll focus on, And I bet you if this was Alaji Usain Dabo, internet over boy lale, you water gonna. Nada ni Malagan na ni reporters about Alaji Usain Dabo. Hanisa live should be on. Okay, Allah good night, guys. We got to go. Okay. Aliou Momod Ndiaye dama foog ne dangaa dugg si plateforme bi xanaa léegi dañ la wax ne bul ñëw bantaba. Okay, Momod Aliou Ndiaye dugg na si plateforme bi nag. Waaye drop na di. He dropped. Yeah. Ngaata rek a drop ta. Momod Aliou Ndiaye lu xew?
I think it was a mistake. It was a mistake.
No, why yo? Luma jahal. Yo.
Hey, man, I have said my piece already. Man, so that night, the story broke the following day or whatever. So
okay. So legi do bindati.
No, dama mando bu bes kanam. So len ñewé après suma waji rek. Muna takat la.
Ba saban waji.
Man ñaari way la am. Man ki la am. Tamit la am ak Esa. So bay len ma.
Esa sa way la. So lolo ta bugulo wax ci Esa.
No, wax na si tuka. Wax na si way do ma wax lo. You already saw my comment.
Okay, good night. Good night. Deka bila kuma bu am de ak kuma bu amut ndey. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Gambia is interesting. Allah barakabake. Alama suto karo siala. For what you do. Good night.
Ale fonsaje de. Ale fonsaje. Ale fonsaje. Ale fonsaje. Muna dabo sanka baluo. Ale fonsaje. Mbe useni dabo julalema. Ale fonsaje. Julo ka man la maje. Ale fonsaje. Ni aja man la maje. Ale fonsaje. Suluo simbene da. Ale fonsaje. Useni masata. Alale amansa andi ale ponsai mbaro da bodima ale ponsai mbaro da bodima ale ponsai enu mukunda da bodima ale ponsai alale bate jola ale ponsai masole bate jola ale ponsai aye Gambia bondi bata kono ale ponsai maje molu bele se wota ale Alabe nyinkera man so be ninkela e Usen bodanyani dobo dobo gae Usen anata kombo tumami Londo nata kulli Okaelo adabo Ayadogu oge Gambia Gambia kai Mandela Mayinduru kema Alafo salida